mix. Yeah. You in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, they got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny, news and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
What up, y'all? Sports mix. Kenny in the building.
Yeah.
With me, Dino. What's up, homie?
Yes, sir. Up in here as usual.
Yeah, we back, man. We back. It's not a playoff edition, but we back.
Right.
And at least it ain't playoffs for us. We back.
We can only work with what we can work with.
You know, it's a we looking for a coach edition.
Yeah, big time.
And interview edition. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore Ravens got knocked out a couple weeks ago. We was here though. You know, we came and showed up. You know, but Steelers went right after us, though. I told y'all that. You know, y'all Steelers fans was talking trash that night. And, you know, you got your 1 week of glory. You know, now y'all in the same boat we in, out the playoffs, looking for a coach. You know, probably need a new quarterback. You know,
right.
Join the club.
It wasn't pretty either.
No, hell no.
It was not pretty.
No. Who beat them? Houston?
Yeah.
Beat the brakes off of them.
Beat them bad.
With Ice Cube over there in Friday, you got knocked out. That.
That's it.
Yeah, they got knocked.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you know, we here, man, you know. Here representing, talking sports, man. You know, it's playoffs going on, the Final Four. Playoff championship week is coming up.
Yes.
AFC, NFC championships this Sunday. Hey, Miss Sandy, how you doing? New Start Church in the building. Hey, you know what I need everybody to do? Everybody that's watching, if you're watching on Facebook, I need y'all to share the video. Share that video out to your friends and family. Just hit that share button. And you know, we gotta get these numbers up, get these views up. But yeah, you know, we here. Thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody that's watching on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for the new subscriber, Pretty Penny. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. You know. So yeah, we back, man. You know, took a week off just to you know, kind of get our bearings back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to be on here hating all last week because we was out of the playoffs and you know, we sitting on the couch eating wings and and drowning our beers out and all that stuff. You know, but yeah, we back.
We just call it a bye week.
Yeah, we had a bye week. I like that. I like that. Yeah, we had a bye week last week, and you know, but I've been watching some games. Did you catch the NCAA the championship game last night?
I did.
Hell of a game.
Nice game,
man. Indiana of all schools is the national champion in football. Who would have ever thought that? Indiana.
Right.
Bobby Knight is rolling over in his grave. Indiana Hoosiers are the football champions in college football.
Yes, they are.
Unbelievable. Guns and stuff. The next NFL game is Sunday. There are two of them. The NFC and AFC championship games. I believe they start at 4 and 6:30, or 3:30 and 6:30, something like that. The AFC is the New England Patriots and they played against the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos are playing without their starting quarterback, Bo Nix.
Yeah, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, that's crazy, you know. Bo Nix. I mean, it's that. Yeah, Bo Nix, and I I didn't see the injury because I was watching the game, so it wasn't an obvious injury. It wasn't something like he got hit and was laid out or something. It was, probably something I don't know when it happened. This is unfortunate because I heard it while I was watching the second game that night,
Right.
and they were saying that Nix is out for the rest of the season. I'm like, what are you talking about? He out for the rest of the season? Like,
I was shocked too. I was shocked.
yeah. So yeah, man, that was just unfortunate. So New England and Denver Broncos Sunday, and I believe that's the first game. I mean, it's even the first second. I'm sorry, it's only two games. I apologize. I don't have it right in front of me. But and then in the NFC, you got who played yesterday? The Rams,
You got Seattle and the Rams.
Seattle, and the Rams. So two West Coast teams, two NFC West teams going at it. Um, Seattle was tough. Seattle was looking real good. On both ends. They don't light the scoreboard up offensively, but they are efficient. But defensively, they get it done on the defensive end.
Looking like a Mike McDonald defense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't that something?
Right.
Ain't that something? Mike McDonald, you know. So Patriots, Rams. I mean, excuse me. Did I just give out the Super Bowl? Did I just give up the script?
Hey,
Did I just leak the script?
maybe.
My apologies for those that's Rams fans and Broncos fans. So Patriots, Broncos in the AFC, Seahawks, Rams in the NFC. Y'all tune in. Check that out. Sunday NFC, AFC championships to see who going to the big dance, see who goes to the Super Bowl, and then football season is coming to a close.
Yeah.
Football season and football has a chokehold on the country like no other sport. That week to week grind. That anticipation. How the NFL kind of does the greatest marketing job. They got people all tuned in and watching the NFL draft and the combines and all this NFL, the schedule release is a big deal. The schedule release.
Yeah.
I mean, the schedule release. They market the schedule, the release of the schedule. Like, this is when the games will be played, and they market that, and people are like locked in.
They locked in.
And once that schedule come out, people are planning trips. Groups are putting buses together and flights together. Man, I mean, NFL is huge, 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 huge business. Huge business.
Without a doubt.
Fresh Life 4400. Can't listen to Mike Florio and think Lamar getting traded. He's not going nowhere. The owner says he wants them there, and that's what's going to happen. I believe you. But I had to. Let me not. Yeah. I believe you. Fresh Life. Appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, hit that subscribe button too.
I agree. I definitely agree with
Yeah.
him that he's not going anywhere.
Do you think the Texans will trade for Lamar? Who says that? Excuse me for butchering your name, but no. The Texans got a quarterback. He had a tough game Sunday, but they got a quarterback.
He had a tough game against the Steelers too.
Yeah.
If he played clean against the Steelers, they might have put up 50 on Pittsburgh.
Miss Sandy said the Broncos are bringing in a veteran quarterback, Ben DiNucci. Who was that? I don't even know who that is.
Me either.
Shoot. They might well bring back Elway.
Bring him out the front office.
Flacco or something. Flacco on the team though, ain't
he? Did you hear that he's supposedly signing a 1-day contract with the Ravens so he can retire as a Raven?
Who, Flacco?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that sounds about right.
That makes sense.
Is he retiring though? Is he?
Somebody sent me a clip of that I didn't really investigate it, but it said that he was going to be signing a contract with the Ravens so that he can retire as a Raven.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
That sounds about right. Joe is a Raven through and through.
yeah, no question.
Got us a Super Bowl. Uh, Joe had some solid years with the Ravens, man.
Yeah,
The end of his career here with the Ravens wasn't that spectacular,
no,
but he was solid for probably about the first 10 years of his career here. Um, it's funny to seem like it's been that long. So you think about it. He came in with Harbaugh was a rookie. They were rookies together. Flacco and Harbaugh. They came in the same year, 2008.
oh, oh wait, okay, okay.
Yep, 2008. And if you remember, Bowler was still on the roster,
Mm.
and I believe Troy Smith. And remember in the preseason that both of them guys got sick or hurt, and then Joe Flacco ended up starting the very last preseason game that season.
Yeah, I remember.
He ended
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
he ended up starting the game one, and they won. They beat Tampa Bay. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the game when Haloti Nada he got an interception or a fumble recovery and ran that thing back to the 10. I think he ran out of gas.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Flacco ran a touchdown that game too, if I'm not mistaken. On the
Whatever,
road.
whatever he did, it got him the starting spot.
Yeah. He got the boot. But Sandy said Lamar staying in Baltimore. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But you gotta, it's marketing. It's marketed on my
Yeah,
behalf.
marketing.
I'm learning this game. I get people pissed off at me. They
and
they gonna read the headline and come in here cursing me out.
and you still hearing those things, man. You hear somebody sent me something today about Lamar going to the Raiders.
I think I sent you that.
You sent me that?
Yeah, I think I sent that to you.
Okay, yeah, Lamar going to the Raiders.
And I saw it so many times. I said, man, it might be some legs to this.
And that's
I saw it on so many different sites and from so many different
yeah.
I said, wait a minute now. Not that I want them to go somewhere.
No, yeah. And I mean that's one of the huge benefits. Or I will say that I was really glad that Bishotti came out with that news conference and he spoke at length, about a lot of different things. And there's so many things out there in the social media world about the Ravens, about Lamar, and all these things. And I think that Bishotti cleared up a lot of things. They talked about Lamar not getting along with Harbaugh, Lamar and Monken not getting together, and all kinds of crazy stuff. They changed the practice Ravens because Lamar couldn't wake up, and I mean it was just so many crazy stories. Lamar going to Miami and all kinds of things. But when Bishotti spoke, I thought that people have a tendency to twist folks' words to fit their narrative. But I think if you just listen to what Bishotti had to say, I mean, he offered Lamar to be in on the interviews for the new head coach. I mean, that's huge to me. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge. That talks about the respect that he has for Lamar Jackson. He talked about the new contracts, and Lamar definitely is going to get paid. We just want him to be able to structure that contract so that we can, get the best folks on the squad. He said, I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. I mean, the way he spoke, I was so glad because I thought it would really kill a lot of that crazy narrative that was bouncing around about Lamar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's when they did this deal a few years ago, they did it knowing that this day would come. The way that they structured the deal, they knew that once he got to this point, that the deal was going to have to be restructured, and it was explained. It was explained that way, and more times than not, when these big these big name players get these big contracts, they're all structured that way. They are cap friendly in the beginning, and they're very cap unfriendly in the back end. You know, so with Lamar, production wise, he got an MVP. You know, been solid ever since he got the contract. He had the injury, of course, this year. Um, but I mean, he been a perennial All Pro since he signed before he got the contract when he was on his rookie deal. So there was no doubt in my mind that Lamar Jackson is in the plans here for the Ravens for the next 5 to 6 years. I would say, you know,
Absolutely.
um, I would say, and just for the fans' sake, just the way that these deals are done, you know, they like I said, they are cap friendly in the first few years with the kind of unwritten rule that hey, we're gonna come back to the table and then we're gonna rework this thing and probably extend them. They'll probably extend them out about another five, probably give them another 5 year deal, and then pay them a nice little chunk of change, and it'll be cap friendly again. And that way they can go ahead and make some moves. They'll have some money to make some moves under the cap. But people always just kind of be prisoners of the moment. Sometimes with sports fans, they be so tied into, well, he's 70 something million and blase blah and he greedy and this, that, and the other. Kenneth M7C, new subscriber. You my favorite because we share the same name. You know what I'm saying? You got my name. That's my full name, Kenneth. But everybody call me Big Kenny. But welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you subscribing.
Yeah,
And,
straight up.
help. Be interactive with us. You send some comments and we get you up on the screen. But
Free.
coming to the stage. Coming to the stage. Got a Hall of Famer coming.
Okay.
Hall of Famer coming up to the stage. Y'all don't know how we roll over here on the Sports Mix, man. We got legends.
That's right.
Hillen Road's finest.
That's right.
Went from Hillen Road and what's that? Hillen and what? What's that little side street
Oh,
there?
Cold Spring. What? What do you mean?
No, before that. Before
Northwood?
Hillen and Cold Spring, he was down Hillen Road a little bit.
Talking about Mervo?
At Mervo.
Yeah.
Down there, and then he went up the hill a little bit.
And he went up the hill. Yeah.
Hillen and Cold Spring and continued the legend.
Yes.
I think they say he was a legend at Northwood too. So right up in that area, he just legendary.
Legendary life.
My God, Glenny Moore, what's up, brother?
There he is. There he is.
What's going on, brothers?
What's up?
Hey, Glenny.
How y'all feeling?
Oh, good, man. Listen. Happy anniversary to you and your wife.
Oh.
I saw you posted that. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, 24 years.
24. Hey, man, congratulations. Happy anniversary to you and your wife. That's a big deal, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
And you got to celebrate on MLK Day. How about
2
that?
and 1. 2 and 1.
2 and 1, man. Well, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
We had a bye week last week.
Yeah.
We had a bye week, so we back in the building. Final Four in effect for the NFL.
Looks good. Looks good.
There's been some good games. Been some good games over the weekend. Now I know it was your anniversary yesterday. Did you get an opportunity to catch any of that college game? That Miami, Indiana.
Yeah, I watched some. I think Indiana was just too much at the end, man. And that quarterback just willed his team to win. I just thought Indiana was going to take it from the beginning, and I think they just a better team, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, they 16-0.
Yeah.
They got 16-0, man. I mean, I said it a little while ago, man. Who would ever think Indiana football would be the national champ?
Yeah.
Bobby Knight rolling over in his grave.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a basketball school, right?
He can't believe it.
How many celebrities were on the Indiana side? All them celebrities on the Miami side.
I didn't see on the sideline. I saw some photos though, like Mike Epps and his wife had the Indiana gear on. I don't know if they was at the game, but I know they had some. They was dressed up and took some pictures
I
yesterday.
saw Michael Irvin and Ray Lewis and some of them guys on Miami sideline.
Yeah, well, you know, all the you guys was there.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah. Somebody say, I saw a caption.
Don't
this
forget
morning.
Isaiah Thomas now. Don't forget Isaiah Thomas.
Was he at the game?
I don't know if he was at the game, but he gave him a shout.
Okay,
he gave the Hoosiers a shout.
Well, I'm glad he gave him a shout out because Isaiah been doing some hating lately, man. Him and this Michael Jordan thing, man. Goodness gracious, yeah, give him something positive to talk about. You talk about Michael Jordan so much, man. I think, man, Mike living rent free in his head, man.
Yes.
He anytime he see a pair of J's, he probably just lose his mind. Got them Jordans on, think he all that.
Right.
But I saw a picture this morning of Ray Lewis, and I was watching the game last night. So you know, right before the quarterback threw that interception, he was talking to Ray on the sideline.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, he had a perfect game until he talked to Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis then caused the man to throw an interception.
But
they better leave baby Ray. Ray looked like an old Baptist minister out there last night, didn't
he? Yeah. They said supposedly Ray talked to him in the last game, and the guy went.
It's Ray Lewis, man. You know, we had the benefit of hearing some of Ray's classic speeches.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Some of the, you know, Ray had me wanting to suit up. A couple times, man. I'm sitting here eating chicken wings and might have had a cold beverage, and man, Ray got over there and was talking. I said, man, let me get myself down. Let me get down Russell Street, man.
Don't do it, Kenny. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And Ray will do that to you.
Hey, Ray, how you ready to think you run through a brick wall for him?
And you dogs in the house? Yeah. Down there.
Speaking of Ray, I saw an interview with Suggs, right? And he talked about, you know, playing with Ray and Ed. And he said, man, you know, I sat next to Ray for 15 years in the meetings. He said, you know, you figure, you know, Ray used to sit on the back wall. He said, that's usually where people go to sleep. He said, man, wasn't no sleeping back there with that dude, man. He said, Ray is so locked into football. He's talking about stuff in week 1 that's going to benefit him in week 8. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, because when we set this up, you know, they're going to be thinking this in this game. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, but see, he just talking about the mind, you know, the mind that him and Ed Reed, man, they just different. The way they look at football and the way they see the game, it's just mind blowing, you know. And just again, man, I always talk about how we was as fans, we were so lucky, man, so blessed to have that kind of greatness on the team that we cheered for, the team that we rooted for. You know, awesome. You know,
great.
And that's why I kind of I laugh when I hear people talking about we need to get rid of Lamar Jackson. We just need to start over, get rid of Lamar Jackson. I said, man, you just don't give away that kind of talent, man. It's nothing you can get in return that can say that it was worth it. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we know
you can't going in and out, Dean. We say, my guy Kenneth say, when you look at Lamar, he hasn't done much in the playoffs. You know, the playoff record is something that he got to, until he does it in the playoffs. That's what the talk gonna be.
Right.
You know, that's what this talk is gonna be. So until he basically get to a Super Bowl and win one, the talk is gonna be what he haven't done in the playoffs. But I'm willing to live with that until you give me a better option. I'm willing to live with that.
Am I still breaking up, Kenny?
That's you're a little better, a lot better
A little
now, a lot
better
better.
now? Yeah, and I think that that statement about Lamar Jackson and the playoffs, I think it's a little bit exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when you think about the Kansas City game and the fumble by Algaze,
Mm-hmm.
and when you think about the Buffalo game and Mark Andrews and what have you, and even in the Pittsburgh game, he did enough for us to win to get into the playoffs. Obviously, it wasn't a playoff game, but it was that playoff level intensity. And Luke misses the field goal. So I think Lamar Jackson has done enough in some of those games for the Ravens to win, but we got let down by other people on the team. So I think it's a little bit exaggerated about Lamar, and of course he's had some tough games where the Ravens didn't win those playoffs, but I still say it's a little bit exaggerated.
Yeah, it's a little exaggerated. But I mean, you know,
Lamar,
they're gonna look at the record and as him being the starting quarterback, he the star of the team. He got to own that, you know. Until they
Lamar can't do it all by himself, man.
no, but we
Listen,
know that.
look at the history of Super Bowl quarterbacks, man. They had other guys to step up, or they had the defense to step up. We can't blame it all on, like you said, Kenny. He did enough. If we look at it technically, he did enough for us to get over the hump. But other guys got to step up. You know, our tight end got to catch the ball.
Yeah.
We got to make that kick. Whatever it is, he's done enough. But we need somebody else to step up, whether it's defense, whether it's a key offensive player. We just didn't call enough names on that offense of guys that didn't deliver. We didn't call them enough. You know, we should be calling the running back out. We should be calling the wide receivers out. We should be calling somebody else out that delivered in these big games. And I just don't think we did it. And certainly on defense, you know, our middle linebacker, Roquan, guys like that just didn't step up. And that's how you win Super Bowls. Somebody else got to step up.
Yep. And just looking at the Pittsburgh game, something that jumped off the page to me is something. Dean, you said, I think you said every time we play Pittsburgh, is they get a 3-point advantage off the break just because of coaching.
There it is.
And we
There
lost
it is.
the game by 2.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you saying, Glenny, man, is you know, you gotta, some other names gotta get called. Players gotta make plays, but coaches gotta do the right thing too. You know, and people have been second
Yeah.
guessing Harbaugh a lot. You know, and I know me for sure have stood up for Harbaugh a lot over the years since we've been doing this. I've been standing up for him and giving him grace. But I just think it was time. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't overcome the mistakes. You know, just even in the Pittsburgh game with a timeout in like 12, 13 seconds, he could have ran one more play. Whether it was a run play, he had time. They could have ran the ball, got a timeout. They could have tried to take a shot at the end zone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had opportunity. He had time to make another play with a timeout in his pocket, and they chose to kick the ball, which again is what it is. But those are the things, man. When the results don't go the way that you want them to, you're gonna second guess them. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna look at him, and now he is the head coach of the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? And I knew once he left, I mean, he wasn't gonna be unemployed long. You know, he wasn't gonna be unemployed long. His phone was ringing immediately. You know, and he only went on one interview. You know, and New York made the offer. They gave him what he was looking for. I watched his press conference. He said this was the job he wanted. You know, it's New York. It's the biggest media market. You know what I'm saying? So his if he wins in New York, even at the pace that he won here, just getting to the playoff, you know what I'm saying? That's going to take his star up even higher. Now he got to win the Super Bowl up there. You know what I'm saying? He got to win the Super Bowl up there because who won that Super Bowl? Tomlin. I mean, not Tomlin. Coughlin. Tom Coughlin won 2, and then the legend Parcells. He won 2 Super Bowls up there with the Giants. So he want to get in that company in New York. You win a Super Bowl in New York. You know that could do a lot for your pockets. You know what I'm saying? With the endorsements he can get, and it can take him to a whole nother level, just financially. So, and to deal with that New York media, you know, the Baltimore media is nothing compared to that. You know, this what's the dude here be writing all the crazy articles? Mike Preston.
Preston.
Yeah.
He got Preston on steroids up there.
Right.
So good luck to him. You know, good luck to him up there. And, you know, so it's setting up. You know how the NFL do, man. You know, I'm gonna play the conspiracy guy now. So you know it's gonna set up for another hardball bowl. You know, you got Jim in the AFC out there with the Chargers. And you got John in the NFC with the Giants. You know the NFL, boy. All the conspiracy theorists are out. They're out there. They say this thing is rigged. You know, it's rigged, but they won't tell us who's gonna win it because I need to know so I can put some money on this thing. I want to change my life. I need to see the script.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you ain't put your money on Denver. Who would have thought that quarterback would be out?
Oh man, yeah, we talked about that a little
bit. Who would have thought that? Yeah, who would have thought that? Him walking off the field where he out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I didn't even see it because I was watching the game.
Crazy. Yeah, that's
when
crazy.
I saw that he was out for the season, I said, "Well, what happened?" Because I watched the game, he didn't look hurt at all in that game, at no point. You know, and that's just an unfortunate thing. And so it's lining up. I mean, unless they just come up with who was the backup for the Eagles that won the Super Bowl a couple years ago?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. And then, I mean, it don't happen often. You know,
Right.
we had it. I guess we had it here with Trent Dilfer. He was the backup. You know, he went and won the Super Bowl, and then Jeff Hostetler back in the day for the Giants came in for Phil Simms and took him to the Super Bowl and won it. You know, I mean, it can happen, but I doubt it. I think the Patriots are playing pretty good football.
Somebody should have went in for Stroud. I tell you that. Somebody should have went in for CJ. I tell you that.
Yeah. I didn't get to see that game. He looked pretty bad. I heard.
Oh, it looked awful.
Money Jones. Seattle Seahawks fan. What's up? The Seahawks are looking good.
They are looking good.
Real good out there, man. Are you from Seattle or are you just a Seattle fan? Black Honey Money Jones. Black Honey Money Jones, 9603.
Mike McDonald and the Seattle Seahawks. Looking good.
Good out there. Looking good. I mean, in all facets.
With what's his name as the quarterback? What's the guy? Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, who threw him away last year? Was it Minnesota? Wasn't he with Minnesota last year?
I think so.
Yeah, they didn't even make the playoffs, did they?
Nope.
No.
See that man, and yeah, go ahead on out there, you know. And he ready to play for the chance to go to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold was a big deal coming out of college, though, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Did he come out in the same year with all the rest of them, Lamar and
I believe so.
And Josh Allen and the boy that went to Cleveland, who now down there in Tampa?
Yeah, that guy. Look, yo,
the number 1 overall pick that year.
Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Oh,
them boys came out.
I'm so terrible with names.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Who do right now? We know the Ravens need to fill a coaching vacancy, and then Buffalo's in the mix now for a coach.
Hmm.
Pittsburgh is in the mix for a coach. I
Hmm.
think Tennessee just
Oh,
filled theirs. The Giants filled theirs. At this point in time, do you guys got a favorite or somebody that you're interested in having the Ravens head coaching position?
Atlanta failed theirs too.
Atlanta filled theirs.
I don't have a favorite because I don't follow it like I used to with respect to the coaches. And I think I said that the last time when we talked about potential uh, coaching coaching guys. Like I know a couple of the names. I know Flores. I know he interviewed Brian Flores. He was kind of a hot name being thrown around. Uh, but then once these guys start getting fired, some of them was starting to be, their names was getting thrown in the hat for these jobs. And I was shocked that Cleveland's head coach, well, ex head coach, got a job so quick. He's the new Atlanta coach, Stefanski,
Stefanski.
and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they put his last 2 years record up next to the coach they just fired. And I mean, it wasn't even close. It's not even close. The difference in the records. So Black Honey Black Honey Money say Clint Kubiak would be a good pick for Lamar with his play style, and that's Gary's son, Gary Kubiak's son, who was he was the coordinator here 1 year, and I think Flacco had his best statistical year under Gary Kubiak, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I mean, if like father like son, I mean, I guess he has some knowledge of offense, and will be uh good for a player like Lamar. The key with Lamar, man, and we said it here for sure, is health, and not him staying healthy, but them keeping him healthy. To protect that brother, you got to get some offensive line help. You know, um. So again, once Lamar and once they get in there and take care of the business with this contract, and they get the contract restructured the way that they should, and they're able to free up some money so that they can go out and make some moves. Um, offensive line and defensive line should be top priority, in my opinion. Those are the areas that I'll be on the phone right now, trying to figure out what we're going to do offensively and defensive on the lines. Those are the two areas that I think need to be addressed immediately, expeditiously. You know, 77. Oh, listen. Black Honey Money Jones, hit that subscribe button too, man. 77. Filet old fish was horrible. Man, Shannon Sharp said, no, it was Shannon Sharp or Ocho, one of them said he too big to be that sorry. You know what I'm saying? he always at the scene of the crime. Anytime something wrong happening on the line, 77 was near. He was definitely the weak link. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely the weak link on the line. But, I don't know what his contract status is, but Filet, what's his real name? Filet, how you say his name? Filet?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Lele. Lele or something.
Filet fish.
Yeah. Hey, Glenny, what you think about the coaching position, man? You got any thoughts on that?
I said it a few weeks ago. I think it needs to be somebody that's going to be influential to Lamar. And I heard the owner said Lamar need to get his butt in and help them choose that coach or who he wants, his input on who they should get. I think that's important. And so I'm hoping that they'll get a coach that will cater to Lamar and get a strong defensive coordinator. I think that's important. I'm not sold on Orr. I'm not necessarily blaming him, but I think they need a strong defensive coordinator and somebody that's going to be influential to Lamar. You know, they mentioned Kubiak, somebody like what Ben did with in Chicago, what he did and how he impacted the quarterback play there. We need somebody like that because his imprint on Chicago's offense and the quarterback was abundantly clear, abundantly different than last year. That's what we need. And to keep it simple, to move the chains for Lamar, not to always look for the big throw, but let's move some chains. Let's run the ball, let's move the chains and get the ball in receivers' hands. And man, let's play some football, man. I think the Raiders in a great position. And there's so many coaches available right now, but I'm hoping to get somebody that will cater to Lamar, and with a strong defensive coordinator.
Black Honey Money, we all Ravens fans. You know, we all Ravens fans first, but we football fans first. You know, we football fans. But the Ravens is our team.
Yeah.
All the guys here, we are Ravens fans, but we are definitely football fans, sports fans, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? We kind of run the gamut of whatever it is on the menu. You know, you got some sports fans here with some knowledge. You know, so we definitely got some knowledge here, but Ravens fans for sure. You know, Ravens fans for sure. And you know, we you know, I guess you could thank us. You know, you a Seahawks fan. We allowed you to get our coach out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got y'all looking good out there in Seattle.
Can we have him back?
Yeah. If you don't mind,
Can we have Mike McDonald back?
Send them back. Send them on back, Black Honey. You know, I gotta figure out a different name to call you because it you know, I don't like saying Black Honey Money. You know, that's a lot going on there. But I appreciate you tuning in and watching, and I hope you subscribe and share and tell your friends to check us out here on the Sports Mix. And you tuned in on YouTube. Everybody that's checking in on YouTube, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Everybody on Facebook, hit the share button. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, watching. If you're watching over there on Instagram, we over there too on Instagram at the Sports Mix Podcast on IG. So, you know, we all over the place today. You know, so if you're watching, make sure y'all subscribing, sharing, you know, telling your friends to check us out. You know, so yeah, Ravens got some needs. You know, they got some needs, man. Right now, they trying to figure out who's gonna be the coach. And I don't think we're not gonna have Orr to worry about next year. His office is already cleaned out. You know, and I don't have that on I don't have no inside information on that. I know the office is cleaned out.
Right.
If it ain't, it should be. Yeah.
Did you said you saw Harbaugh's New York welcome speech or whatever? Did he say anything about? Because I've been hearing that he wants Monken as his offensive coordinator. Did he say anything about Zach Orr?
No, I didn't hear that.
Right.
I didn't hear him say that, and I don't think that they would allow that.
I don't think he want him.
I
I don't think he wants Zach Orr.
Yeah, I don't think they would allow that.
I heard Zach Orr was interviewing for the Dallas defensive coordinator position.
I did see that.
Yeah,
I did see that. You know,
I mean, I think, and you know, there's so many coaching vacancies. I was wondering if it was the most ever. It's the most that I can remember. But I was talking to a friend earlier, and he said it is the most. But there were a couple of other seasons where there were just as many coaching vacancies, and he went on to tell me that he thought that the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, Mentor, was his pick. He would like to have him. as the Ravens head coach. I don't really have a favorite. I'm kind of like you, Kenny. I don't know the ins and outs of some of these coordinators and across the league, but I do know that they did give Anthony Weaver a second interview.
Yeah, I saw that.
And of course, Weaver was the assistant head coach to John Harbaugh while he was with the Ravens. So I think that counts for something, that the organization felt like Anthony Weaver had what it takes to take over the assistant head coach position under Harbaugh while he was here. So he's getting a second interview. So I'm just really kind of putting my trust in Bisciotti to be able to come up with the right guy. That's where I am. I think he definitely fooled the football world. They were surprised when he selected a special teams coach to be the Ravens coach previously. That was pretty much unheard of. And, Harbaugh had a really, really good tenure with the Ravens. So it's no telling what Bisciotti, who he's going to select. But I think he's a guy that goes with his inner feelings and his thoughts, and he'll make that decision. So that's where I am. I'm just throwing it in his hands. He welcomed Lamar to be in the room during these interviews, which I thought was huge. I thought that was huge, a huge amount of respect for Lamar, for him to say that Lamar could jump on his plane and come on down and be in these interviews. That was huge, and it sort of counteracted, and it squashed all of this foolishness out in the social media about Lamar and all these rumors and lies and half truths about Lamar and his attitudes and all that. I thought that Bisciotti cleaned up a lot of that, and I thought that was big that he invited Lamar in on these face-to-face interviews.
Football fan X9. I guess that's it. X9. 9N. Seahawks fan, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you.
Yeah, the Seahawks, man.
Seahawks fans in the building tonight. They in the building tonight.
Them Seahawks are balling, man.
Yeah.
Them Seahawks are balling.
Hey. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not.
And I do recall our resident Hall of Famer mentioning that he really liked the Seahawks. He liked that defense, but he wasn't totally sold on that quarterback. Sam Darnold.
Sold on that quarterback.
Sam Darnold do? Right. That's the question.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sold on him, man. I'm not sold on him. And don't forget, they playing against the MVP. And he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
He the Rams, man, they playing awesome football. The Rams, man, they pulling these games out, man, the way they are. When they go up against the Seahawks, man, it's just good football. The playoffs been great, man.
Yeah, there's some real good football. I was hoping the Rams would have lost.
But wait, one more thing, Kenny. But it keep popping in my head. Just wanted to say it, just to add on to what I said. The coach at Denver, he lends to the quarterback Knicks. The coach that went to New Orleans. These coaches lend to the quarterback, man, and I think that's what we need. I think that's what Lamar need. Those guys, those coaches that's going to walk with Lamar through it all.
Right.
I just keep thinking of these coaches. The coach from Dallas that left to be the head coach. He was the offense coordinator last year, and he went on to be a head coach.
Who was that?
Of Kellen. Is that his name, Kellen? Got his name, but that's what we need in Baltimore, man. And I'm just excited. I think like Dean said, that's like with Harbaugh. We didn't know who Harbaugh was, man. He didn't have a resume at the time, not a true resume. So I'm just excited, or whoever we get, to be quite frank, I'm sure it's going to be a qualified guy. And I trust the Ravens. I trust their green room. I know Ozzy. I know he putting his input in. I trust him, man. I'm just super excited at what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this about Steve Bisciotti. You know, this dude is a billionaire, multi-billionaire. Built the business out of the basement of his house. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you something right there. You know what I'm saying? That he kind of built his business. I saw a little story on him a couple days ago about he just talked about, he's probably the most unassuming NFL owner in the NFL. He talked about how he wants to probably own the team another 10, maybe 15 years, and then he getting out. He said it's not going to be a family thing where he passes it down to his sons or daughters or whatever. He said once he get 10 to 15 years or whatever he feel like he's going to sell it, if that comes first, that he's getting out of the business. You know what I'm saying? So he strikes me as a very shrewd businessman. You know what I'm saying? And he's not the Jerry Jones type of owner. He don't make a lot of headlines. He don't do a lot of press conferences. You don't really hear him talk a lot at all. Um, so you don't hear a lot about him and his involvement with the team. I just think, man, the way that he operates is that he finds people that he trusts to do the job that he's hiring to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the team doesn't have a lot of turnover, with respect to firing head coaches when you got a bad season. When things don't go right. And you know how fans just want everybody to be gone. Everybody want to be gone. Um, and he just doesn't strike me as that type of guy. He's made billions of dollars for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And so he's 11 years old. Well, welcome to the show, football fan.
Okay. Okay.
X9. And I'm happy
Wow.
that you've been a Seahawks fan since you've been 5 years old.
5 years old. Wow. How about that?
So you are in a great space right now. Your team is one win away from going to the Super Bowl.
How about that?
You in a great time. 11 years old. You guess you either fifth grade or the sixth grade. You young guy, man. Are you a football player or just a football fan? I like to know that, football fan. But I'm happy for you. Thank you for tuning in too, and good luck to you Seahawks against the Rams this week.
That's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game, man. I can't wait to see them go at it.
Yeah. But I was looking at so it was 9 vacancies as of yesterday when McVay got fired with Buffalo over the weekend. 9 vacancies. 3 of those vacancies have been filled. 4 of the vacancies have been filled. I'm sorry. So that's 3, 6, 8, 10 vacancies. Wait a minute. So there were 10 jobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so it's 10 jobs. 4 of them have been filled. Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta. Jeff Hafley. Is it Hafley with the Dolphins? John Harbaugh with the New York Giants. And Robert Shalala with the Tennessee Titans. So you got the Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals job is open. The Ravens job is open. Buffalo Bills is open. Cleveland Browns is open. The Raiders is open. And the Steelers.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of jobs. The Ravens job, the Steelers job, Buffalo job. You got rosters there that are not far away. Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. That's their big hole. That's Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is always a good defensive team. They always have solid running backs. They seem to know how to draft wide receivers. Pittsburgh is rarely ever without a decent wide receiver. Right now they just need a quarterback, and along with the head coach and the organization. They are a first class organization. So whoever gets that job, you're gonna have the backing of the organization to do what it's gonna take to win games and to put you in position. You know, the Ravens. We know the Ravens. We know how the Ravens organization is. That job is a good job to have. Buffalo, they got a quarterback. They've been a playoff team the last 5-6 years. Got to the AFC Championship game, I believe, once. So again, they got an MVP as the quarterback. A good job to have. You know, Cleveland is a team. I think they've identified who their quarterback is of the future, with Shador Sanders. Um, the Raiders is a team that just needs, they need a quarterback. They need a lot of stuff out there in Las Vegas. And then the Arizona Cardinals, I don't know what the deal is with their quarterback. You hear that they talk about trading him at one point. I know he got benched at the end of the season. Was he injured or was he not injured? You know what I'm saying? I know it was some stuff going on with him out there in Arizona. So you got 6 jobs that's still open.
You got breaking news, Kenny. It just broke 11 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago. Mike McDaniel is expected to take the Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator job.
Mike McDaniel.
Okay.
From the Dolphins.
And he was supposed to go to Cleveland for a second interview. And I saw earlier that he withdrew his name from that job. So he's taking the Chargers job. Chargers offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator job, right.
Okay. Well, there's that.
So he'll be replacing Greg Roman.
Greg Roman. How about that? You think they're gonna bring Roman back to the Ravens?
Now I heard Bisciotti say Lamar Jackson is one of the least confrontational guys you ever want to see. You talk about bringing Roman back, that's out the window.
Well, hey, he's available. He is available now. So.
Oh, but isn't the Raiders quarterback position resolved? Y'all don't think that?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. You don't think that quarterback position resolved with that Indiana quarterback?
They got the number 1 pick.
Yeah, well, if they draft him,
right?
Yeah,
right.
I was thinking about what was already on the roster.
Yeah, Mendoza. What's his name? Mendoza. I can't remember the guy's name from Indiana. Heisman Trophy guy. He's tough.
And you know what? I don't watch enough college football to really say what I think about these guys. I don't watch enough of it, to really judge what I think they'll be when they get to the next level. I usually leave that up to the Todd McShays and what's the guy from Baltimore that usually do the draft stuff?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I know you're talking about.
Hey, you know what? we do that a lot.
That guy.
We do that a lot around here. That guy. Yeah, that guy.
The draft guru.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Mel Kiper. Thank you, Greg.
Kiper.
Look, Greg 6643. Welcome to the Sports Mix. Hit that subscribe button, buddy. Mel Kiper.
Yo, Mel.
Wait a minute. Is this a Greg that I know? Shout me out. If I know you, I want give you proper respect. I know a few Gregs. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So this a Greg that I know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You Big Kenny.
Put your government in there, D.
Absolutely.
Up top. Gregory Green, my homeboy, one of my closest friends. All right, Glenny. Anything for you sign out. You got make hay. Any parting words?
I think the last time we saw Glenny, he was going to get a nice juicy steak to eat.
It was huge.
It was
We
huge.
both
Okay.
got a huge steak. Yeah.
Okay. Sound like he was happy.
I hope you ate it before the game ended.
Took 2 days. Took 2 days to eat it.
And that's a steak.
Yeah. See, it probably didn't taste as good after that win, after that loss.
That loss.
That loss will have steaks not tasting right, and
Yeah,
drinks don't
man.
be as cold,
Hey,
man.
I've been in, I just want to say I've been impressed with the NFL, man. The last 2 weeks, the last 2 to 3 weeks been some good football. We can't complain at all if you're a true football fan. Pretty much all the games are under 7 points. Pretty much all the games have been under 7 points. The kicker is important.
Don't we know it?
And that's what.
And you know that Rams game, Seahawks game may come down to the kicker. Yeah, yeah. Our kicker. I don't even want to talk about our kicker, but the Pats. It looked like it's going to be. Are we making predictions yet, Kenny? Are we making predictions yet?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, throw them out there. I know you got great.
So we got the Pats and Broncos. Unfortunately, with the Knicks injury, I got to go with the Pats. They look strong. They look complete. They look confident. They look good, man. On the other side, the Seahawks and Rams, that's going to be a war, fellas. It was a war this year when they played. It's going to be another war with the Seahawks and the Rams, and I think the Rams are going to pull it out because of their quarterback, not the Seahawks quarterback. Whether it's via kick or whatever, I think the Rams going to pull it out. So you're going to see the Rams and the Pats. Isn't that a repeat Super Bowl, the Rams and the Pats? Am I correct?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
I think the Rams going to win. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl.
That will be a
Rams
repeat.
going to win the Super Bowl.
That will be a repeat of Super Bowl 36.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Another one of my homies, Johnny B. Johnny B checking in. What's up, homie?
Yeah. So
yeah, I like your picks, man. I like your picks. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like those picks. I think I agree with the Patriots making it. Obviously, with Nick's out with the broken foot or whatever injury he had, that gives New England a huge chance to go ahead and win that game. But the game of the week is definitely going to be those Seahawks and those Rams. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna go with the Seahawks in that one. It's a tough pick. I do like the Rams quarterback much better than I like the Seahawks quarterback. But I don't know. I'm just going with that gut feeling that I think that the that active defense of Seattle can maybe slow down the Rams, and they're a physical ball club. I'm Mike McDonald. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks to make it to the Super Bowl. And the Patriots.
Well,
now, Glenny. Now, when we were talking about the Pittsburgh game, Glenny forementioned. He said Luke going have a say in this. He said it's going to come down to that kicker, and Luke is going to have a say in it. And we all know what happened. He was right on point with that. And I remember we were calling out scores, and I said 24-20 that the Ravens were going to win, and they were actually up 24-20 with a little bit of time left, and then the Steelers scored that touchdown to go to 26. They missed the extra point, and then we went down and missed the kick. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Seattle, and we'll see how all that play out.
Yeah, and I once I found out that Knicks was hurt, I already said Patriots going through the Super Bowl. I just don't see how the Broncos can win with a backup.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going with the Patriots in that one. And it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a runaway. I think it'll be a good game. But I'm going to just go with Patriots. Drake May is playing pretty good football. And Patriots look pretty solid on all facets. So I'm going to go Patriots in the AFC. Oh, boy, man. I can't stop rooting against the Rams. I wanted them to lose the other day. I was pulling for them to lose the other day. So I'm going Seahawks. Seahawks in this one. They're gonna score a touchdown on defense. They're gonna get a pick six.
I was going to say you going to trust that quarterback. Okay, y'all.
The quarterback. I think the quarterback for Seattle gonna be solid. I don't think he's gonna be outstanding, but I think the defense is gonna make a play that's gonna turn that game. I think the Seattle defense is gonna turn up. Mike McDaniel, grade going to the stratosphere as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? It's his turn. Sean McVay out there, youngest coach to win the Super Bowl. Sean McVay still not, is he 40 yet? The Rams coach?
I don't know.
I think he's like 39. I mean, if he is 40, he just turned 40.
He's a good coach, man. I like his energy on that sideline. I like a lot about them Rams, but I guess it's all about a vibe, a feeling, and that defense. I'm kind of with you on that, Kenny.
It ain't too late. It ain't too late to switch over. You got a couple days. You got a couple days.
Hey, I'm gonna ride it out. Seattle and the Patriots. That's what I'm going with for the AFC NFC championships. Let me say, who was it? Greg said, "Don't sleep on Denver." But where's the game at? The game is in Denver. Denver was the number one seed. So
the weather's gonna be ugly. Yeah,
weather definitely can play a factor in that game. I don't know enough about this quarterback. And again, man, the way that, because the guy, I mean, he didn't even look hurt. I didn't even see when he got. I was so stunned when I heard that he was going to be out for the season. Man, I'm like, what happened?
Hey, look, after he hurt himself, he walked to the sideline and did the interview. He did an interview after the game before it was even announced.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna stick with Seattle and New England, the Patriots in this one, and these two, and we'll talk about it Tuesday. We'll go over it Tuesday next week. Is it 2 weeks in between the playoffs and the Super Bowl again? We have 2 whole weeks to hit all the media and all the hype.
I think, but I ain't sure. We ain't been there so long. I'm not sure.
Well, and there's that. and then there's that part.
There's that, right?
Yeah, we ain't been. I'll be tuning out. I'll be watching NBA games now.
Yeah.
I'm watching that. I watch a lot of college basketball too. Yeah, it is 2 weeks. Greg says 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I figured that. I'm finding a reason to hate on them. Like you said, we ain't there, so we don't even have a damn coach. Look, I'm mad now. I'm
right.
Getting angry.
Yeah.
Right. We'll be back next year. We'll be back. So Hall of Fame, appreciate you, brother. You got
all right, my brothers.
Check out, man. But
all right, Lenny. Until next time.
Till the next time, the door is always open for you, brother.
Absolutely.
Peace,
Let's do it till next Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hall of Famer checking out. Lenny Moore, Morgan State's finest.
Morgan State Hall of Famer, wide receiver.
My man Johnny B said the NFL need to do something about the officiating. Well, ain't gonna do much about that. They pay them guys pretty handsome to F them games up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They got a script too.
they absolutely have a script. I believe the NFL has a script, and I think there's certain narratives that they want to push, and I think the refs are on board for that narrative.
Yeah, they better be.
I think they like Drake up there, New England. I think they like that team. I think they want that team to do well. So I mean, we see how it all play out. But the refs are a big part of the NFL. I think that the referees coming to the game, the NFL want exciting games. They want close games. So I think the referees are on board to make those games tough, to make them close, to make them come down to the wire. Because as Glennie had mentioned, all those games, really except for the Pittsburgh game, they were all close games. Maybe the Seattle game wasn't close either. They kind of came out with the opening kickoff with the score, and I think they kind of dominated that game. But I think the referees are conditioned to try to make the scores close. So sometimes they make some crazy calls, and I've never felt like the NFL was on the Ravens side. I never felt that the NFL was on Lamar's side. So I always pay attention to the flags and to the referee calls, particularly when the Ravens play in big games.
Yeah. Hot dog and beer sales.
Hot dogs and beer sales.
Yeah. I be saying so many stories now, everybody got the little clickbaits with the league is rigged and the script and they showing the play with the interception that wasn't an interception, that was a catch the other night.
Yeah.
All that stuff, man. Um, you know, it's enough to all you need is one juror in a trial. You get one juror on your side and you can get a hung jury. And we are in a time in the world right now where all I need is a little bit of doubt. If I can muddy the waters up just enough to get people thinking that what you're seeing is not really what you're seeing, I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the society we live in, man. It's so much uh nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me not go there because I was ready to take it somewhere. I had people picketing out front my door and want me to lose my job and all that kind of stuff. So let me not go there. But that's just the society we live in. And with all this access, hell, we on the internet right now live. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I mean, Instagram right now live. Think of all the thousands of people that got access to get online and say their opinions and give their takes on different things. You know what I'm saying? All it take is one little thing, and you off to the races. You go viral, and you got legs, and people believe it. You know what I'm saying? People believe, man, and so the title I got up here, Lamar Jackson is getting traded. You know, and I had people coming in early talking about he ain't getting traded. Nah, they ready to debate, but it's all about clicks and views. We are in a click and view society right now. So if everybody want to be heard, everybody want to be seen. Come up with something clever. You know what I'm saying? And you can get some clicks and you can get some views and you might go viral and you have millions of people talking about Kenny said, Big Kenny said Lamar getting traded.
Right.
And then now I'm all over the place talking about he getting traded. And then I gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Knowing well I don't want him to get traded. But hey, that's just the society we live in, man. That's just where we at right now with this internet and this access to information and people able to put their own info out there. Like we don't have to depend on Dan Rather and Tom Brokaw no more to give us the news and you know uh, Howard Cosell ain't the voice of the sports no more. I mean, we got what the guy you talked about earlier, Whitlock and
Right.
damn Stephen A. Smith yelling at everybody, don't know
Right.
what he's talking about half the time, and all this noise, man. It's just a bunch of noise. Wait a minute, trading
Yeah.
the Ravens for 7 draft picks. See, that kind of talk right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trade Lamar for 7 draft picks, and somebody would take that like, man, they gonna trade Lamar for 7 draft picks to the Raiders. Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. It's not a trade that I would make for Lamar right now. There's nobody in the league that I would say if we can get him, I would give up Lamar. I don't see one. I don't see one. It's been done twice, and we know the Cowboys made a trade a few years back that set them up for the '90s. They traded over Herschel Walker
Yeah.
and I think didn't the Saints make a big trade like that to get Ricky Williams when they
Yeah.
drafted Ricky Williams?
Yeah. They made a pretty hefty deal too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been done for sure.
yeah. Those big deals.
Trade away them lot of draft stocks to get Saints. Yep, Cowboys and Saints. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I remember. But Herschel Walker ain't been right since.
No.
He ain't been right since. Well, Herschel, man, I seen a video. We these guys get older and they don't have football no more, and then we start to learn about their personalities and we learn more about some of these people than we care to know. Uh, but man, Herschel Walker was incredible, man, and on that football field, man.
Yeah. College. He was.
College football, man. Herschel Walker was incredible, man. I mean,
Man,
that
amongst
whole
both.
era. You think about this. Herschel Walker was a big running back. Bo Jackson, George Rogers. Who else? Marcus Dupree, Billy Sims, Charles White. I'm just thinking names off the top of my head from like the late '70s, early '80s. That just was phenomenal running backs. Uh, it just was a different time. Uh, and I think it's like that with all sports. It's like that in all sports. Now with the access, we don't get to see. I know I don't watch as much college sports as I used to. I'll be telling kids. I'll be telling kids. I coach basketball. I encourage the kids to watch college basketball rather than the NBA. And I know it's not popular, because like the best players don't really go to college no more. They trying to get to the league. They trying to get to the NBA as fast as they can, and so they're not going to college like when we were young. It was guys was trying to get to college, and you went to college and you stayed at college for maybe 3. Most guys stayed 4 years, but most guys, they would go. A guy left early back in the '80s. He left after his 3rd year, maybe his 2nd year of college, basketball wise. Now, well, football you still got to play at least 3 years before you can go to the NFL, or be 3 years out of high school. But with the NBA, with basketball, college basketball, which is still a pretty good product, if you're a basketball fan, there are still some pretty good basketball games to be seen on the college level. And like I say, I encourage young kids to watch college basketball to learn how to play. basketball the right way. Don't watch it. You're not gonna learn a lot playing the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys are just specialists. You know, and they don't really play the game the right way. You're right, and they stayed at one college for 4 years. It was very rare that somebody transferred, especially a big name. Big name players didn't really transfer a lot back in the day. You know, um, in college basketball to me, it was really the reason I fell in love with basketball. You know, college basketball, man. Slow your roll, big fella. Slow your roll. It was all about the Big East for me, baby. it was all about the Big East. I was an ACC fan too, but come on, man. It was in the '80s. It was about that Big East, son. You know what I'm saying? Starting with them Hoyas, Big Pat, John, Reggie, Wingate, Mike Jackson, Michael Graham. Come on, man. Don't do this. We don't let me go into the archive. We did a whole show on this.
AI, Matumba,
Yeah.
all them guys.
Now, but again, you talking about those were the two best conferences in all of college basketball during that time. You know what I'm saying? The ACC, man. I mean, Maryland, North Carolina, Duke, Clemson, Georgia Tech was tough back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wake Forest had a little run.
Great teams.
All of them, man. Florida State came into the league. CB in the building. CB in the building. What's up, CB?
Okay.
St. John's, the New Yorker checking in. The Bronx is in
Right.
the building.
Absolutely.
The Bronx is in the building.
Hey, don't forget St. John's.
Definitely don't forget the Redmen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you know that was just a great time. You know what I'm saying? And you know how they young people kind of look at us older guys and you know, man, y'all stuck in time, whatever. I say, man, you know, you'll be blessed one day to be the old guy in the room to talk about back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wear it with a badge of honor because I remember laughing at the old guys. You know what I'm saying? Man, you sit your old ass there. I remember them days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the tables have turned, and now we the old dudes in the room.
Yeah.
You know, talking about back in the day, talking about back in our day, back when we did this. You know, um, again, I fell in love with basketball in the early '80s, the early mid '80s. You know what I'm saying? Watching Georgetown, watching Big East basketball, like you know, the very first game that I ever watched from start to finish was the '82 championship game with Carolina Georgetown, and I was in the fifth grade, you know, and I was supposed to have been asleep, and I sat up and had the lights out and had that little TV, my little black and white, had my little black and white TV, little 13-inch. You know what I'm saying? I was at and watched that game in the dark, you know, and I've been a Georgetown fan ever since. Since that night, I became a Georgetown fan that night. And you know, Patrick Ewing swatting them shots in the beginning of the game, man, mesmerized me.
Right.
That I you know what I'm saying? Because again, I didn't really understand what I was watching at 10 years old. But man, he was blocking them shots, the goaltending. I didn't know what a goaltending was, but I was like, man, I like this. You know what I'm saying? And like I've been a Georgetown fan ever since. It's been some lean years for the Hoyas, you know, but I'm still a fan. You know, I'm still a fan. But you know, to come up through that time and you know, man, you definitely talked about that over the years, man. The just you know, Len Bias and Michael Jordan down in Carolina, you know, and then for Mike to get to the league, man, we saw Mike at Carolina.
Yeah.
We knew Mike was tough, but we didn't know Mike was tough like that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know Mike was tough like that, man. The big dance. A spectacle and a big event. The March Madness became.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, Watching the Fab Five and UNLV, them teams with the personality. The personality became bigger than life. We still talk about the Fab Five. We still talk about the Hoyas. We still talk about the Running Rebels. Teams that kind of became the Black America's team, if you will. Uh, the Dukes of the world. You know, Carolina was always big. Remember one time they said that Dean Smith couldn't win the big one.
Right.
That was the knock on Dean Smith until
Yep.
'82. He couldn't win the big one.
Big
So
win.
I mean, man, just college basketball, just man, and we've been all over the place, but to watch to see the game now, I still like college basketball. It's not to me, it's not as big as it was back then because again, a lot of the best players go right to the league, or they stay 1 year and they go to the show. They don't hang around college, so you don't really get the rivalries like you used to. You don't get the North Carolina Duke game, which is still big. It's probably bigger down there in Tobacco Road than it used to be nationwide because it used to be a big deal nationwide. I don't think I can't even remember last time I watched the Carolina Duke game, and I don't even think I hear about it as much as you used to because the names change so much. You don't even get the name recognition with the players no more. Um, Syracuse, Georgetown. I mean, Syracuse is in the ACC for crying out loud. I mean, make that make sense.
Yeah, it's tough to keep up. Who's who? Where they are?
Yeah, where they at now?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Yep.
But you're right though, man. I do think that, obviously the NIL and the transfer portal and all that stuff is affecting college sports and as we grew up watching Len Bias be at Maryland for 4 years, would Len Bias have stayed at Maryland for 4 years if if the NIL was in effect back then, or this thing of kids going straight to the NBA? How long would these teams play? I mean, you look at a Lou Alcindor going to UCLA where they couldn't even play as a freshman.
Right.
They wait for their sophomore year, but they're going to be there for 4 years. So you as a college fan, you really get to connect with the player that's going to be there for 4 years or be there for 3 years. He become part of you, and becomes part of the fan base. Now players are flipping so quick, you can't even fall in love with the player, and then he's gone. Yeah, and he's gone. So it's a different animal altogether right now, and we just have to adjust to it because it's here. It's a reality.
But not only that, you got whole rosters changing from year to year.
It's amazing.
I mean, you got whole 12 players, whole brand new 12.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's nobody on the Maryland Terrapin basketball team from last year.
Unreal.
Brand new, totally brand new roster of players.
Squad, man. That's unreal.
Unreal.
And how, as a coach, how do these coaches navigate that?
Chemistry is so important. You know how chemistry is.
Yeah. As a coach, I don't understand. I envy the guys that coach college basketball now with the landscape of college basketball, man, with, like you say, with the NIL. If you at a school where you can't produce the NIL money and you got to play it, so now they taking offers, they taking the best offer. But look, I'm over here at Morgan State.
Yep.
And Cotman got a deal on the table that's gonna pay me this. If you can't match it, I'm out. And a lot of times they not even having that conversation. They just taking it. They ain't.
Taking it, yeah.
It ain't even a bargain. They say, hey, I'm out.
I mean, universities are reaching out to players and getting in their ear.
It is hilarious to me. I guess it's because I'm the old guy in the room now. When I look, like, college football season for the teams that wasn't in the playoffs ended about a month and a half ago. And you see these clips, or you see these stories where they say such and such re-signed with Maryland, or such and such signed with Michigan now.
Right.
And I'm like, sign?
Ain't that crazy?
What is going on?
So and so announced that he's returning to Maryland. What?
Right. It's like the free agent period in college
Right.
football or college sport.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's just a new day, man. And the transfer portal thing, and I mean, you think you got somebody that's coming to your school and they love your school, and that's why I tell people, man, like with pro sports, love your team, don't fall in love with the players. And it looked like that's the new thing for college sports too. Just love your schools, man. Just don't fall in love with the players, because the players come and go. You know what I'm saying? They nobody, like you say, there is no loyalty. Homecoming, you can go to 4 different homecomings a year.
Pretty much.
You play 4 years in college sports, and you can go to a different school every year, and you go back to school 5 years later. You talking about you going to homecoming? You can go to 4 different homecomings,
Unbelievable.
sometimes 5. Some of these guys getting extra years and stuff. you know. But like I was talking to a young guy yesterday, um, and we talked about the landscape of college, where a kid coming out of high school, can play 2 years. So you can play a year in prep school, right? You can go to a prep school, which in essence is an extra year of high school. So you go to prep school for a year. You can play 2 years of junior college and still have 4 years of eligibility at a 4-year college, man. That's 7 years.
Yeah.
That is 7 years from graduation that you can manipulate your way through college, through the college system, if you so choose. You know what I'm saying? And if you are good enough to leverage that, right, you can go get a master's degree in 7 years. You can go to junior college, get your electives out the way in 2 years. You got 4 years of eligibility at a Division 1 or 2, whatever. You can go 2 years, get your bachelor's, and got 2 more years of eligibility. You can get your master's degree, all on scholarship. This is crazy.
And those players, man, a lot of those players are trying to maximize their money. A lot of them know that they're not, say like NBA talent or NFL talent, but the colleges are paying. So they try to maximize that NIL money. Obviously, some of the, when you come to basketball, there's a lot more opportunities overseas and things like that. But just trying to maximize that money is what a lot of these college guys are doing. And I guess from that perspective, you can't blame them, but for the fan, I mean, it's a chaotic type of situation. But I think even today, during this time, it seems like chaos is more popular than non-chaos.
Yeah, yeah.
People like the chaos, man. It's a
Greg,
it's a selling point.
Greg said Indiana must have some serious money. Never heard of them having a good football team, and here they are winning the national championship. Yeah, we said that. Now the thing is, can they keep them? You
Right.
know, like again, because the thing is, when you got players transferring from Michigans and Ohio States, well, we know they got money. Alabama be having transfers. We know them programs got money, and players are leaving those schools. So there ain't no guarantee that a school like Indiana can start a dynasty out there in the Midwest. It's cold out there in Indiana this time of year. You know, ain't a lot going on in Indiana. You know, Bobby Knight, I said earlier in the game, he probably rolling over in his grave that they won the national championship.
And I mean, you know, I've watched Indiana play over the last 3-4 years in the Big Ten because I watched the Maryland play, so I'm able to see Indiana play, and I mean it was just it was just it's kind of crazy. They brought the coach in from James Madison.
Yeah.
He formerly coached at James Madison. He came on board. He brought in about 15 players or so from James Madison to the team with him. But I must admit, and I think that a lot of players, I mean, a lot of fans over the last couple of years just weren't able to accept Indiana as a big player. And then you had these playoffs, and a lot of people were betting, you know, that Indiana couldn't beat Ohio State, or Indiana couldn't beat, you know, these big names, the Georgias and the Alabamas. You just didn't throw Indiana in the mix. But I've been watching them over the last couple of years, man, and I've been really, man, just blown away by this coach that they have. Their offensive coordinator is he's a former NFL head coach. He's their offensive coordinator, and that team is so well coached. It just kind of blows your mind. And you know, when they threw up a stat in one of the games that I watched, where the team that they was playing had all these 5 stars, but Indiana did not have that many 5-star players on their team. But this team is so well coached, and I mean across the board. I mean offense, defense, and special teams. And when you look at the game last night, it was special teams that made the difference. I mean, they blocked the punt and scored a touchdown on it, and there's always a game of inches. But they punted the ball to Miami, and the Miami guy fielded the ball on like the 5 or 3 yard line and tried to run it and got tackled around the 4.
Right.
And then when they tried to punt, the punt got blocked. I mean, it's a game of inches, and that coaching comes into play. That guy clearly should have let that ball go into the end zone. And it turns out that, to me, that was really the winning play. And I've been amazed at Indiana, at the coaching, and across the board, across all three, the special teams, the offense, the defense. They had a special season.
Yeah. So John said he thought first year of college they had to sit out. They don't have to sit out. A lot of times freshmen in football were redshirt just because it take a year to really get your body ready. Because you coming out of high school, you going to college football playing against grown men. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of guys go to football in red shirt. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's the difference in high school hitting versus you going to college, you playing against 23, 22, 20-year-old, the dudes that been in the weight room. These are grown men. So there's an adjustment with football. That's why a lot of football players red shirt their freshman year. Basketball, you don't really see a lot of red shirts, especially with the blue chip dudes. They come right in and play. You know what I'm saying? But they are red shirt freshmen in basketball. But for the most part, you can play right away if you are physically gifted enough as a football player, and then basketball wise, talent wise, if you're good enough, you can play right away as a freshman. You know, so that's that. It was another comment that I saw. Let me see. Brother Thad, what's up, brother? Man, Thad Hall from New Start Church. My church members are checking in. Appreciate y'all checking in. Let me see what else. Yeah, a couple comments. Yeah, Indiana looking good. Yeah, Indiana, man, they shocked a lot of us. Ty Archie, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Lamar has a no trade clause. He don't want to go to the Raiders. Yeah, we knew that. We kind of figured that. I'm just having fun with the title. I know he's not getting traded. But thanks for tuning in. And make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely.
Kyle Archie on YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. And share it. Tell your friends to tune in. Check us out. Let me see. Dad said he been watching Indiana. They're very well coached in every area. And down there in James Madison, he had good football teams down there.
Yeah.
It was talk a couple years that they should have got into the playoff, you know, or you know what I'm saying. They wasn't gonna let a school like James Madison get into the playoff, but
Right. But they were really good.
yeah, very, very, very good teams down there. And little James Madison down the street in Virginia. How about that?
Yeah.
About that all the way to Indiana, and now he's a national champion.
Those
And,
guys
and
brought up
he made
well too.
he made it very clear that he's a college coach. You know, he said I don't have any interest because his name came up with some NFL stuff.
Sure.
So he said he made it very clear. Hey, look, I'm a college coach, and I'm gonna be here in college. Thought that had more to do with scholarships. No, man, you listen. If you can play, you're gonna play. You know, that red shirt thing is and then the red shirt option. See, like if you go to Alabama, right? When Alabama was when Saban was down there in Alabama had like a factory. They hiding players. They go ahead and red shirt you because they got 3-4 guys in front of you that's going to the league. And all three, and they waiting their turn, you know. So you got the top guy, and you got two guys behind him, and they all just waiting their turn. So we bring you in as a freshman. This is what we do with running backs. So you go ahead and red shirt, and you get in the weight room, and you can work out for a year, and then next year you be in the rotation. You know. So man, yeah, it's all about, you know, depending on where you go at. Now, if you red shirting at a school like Morgan, you know, it's probably more about getting your body ready just for that grind of college and getting you prepared to play against grown men versus sitting in line. Because like I say, the bigger schools can use the red shirt for different reasons, you know, and that's just because they got so many blue chip guys that they can you know, they can hide guys and stuff.
Yeah,
James
that's
Madison.
true. And I mean, when you think about, we see these college teams, and you know, they might got 50 people on the sideline, but there's another 250 that's on the roster that don't suit up for the game.
Yeah,
So their actual rosters are huge.
huge.
Again, and I think that the you know, red shirt and players, if they're talented. Now, to me, if one of them SEC teams, or LSU or Alabama or somebody, have some talented players that aren't getting that time,
Mm-hmm.
you know, NIL, transfer portal, all those things are now, you know, an option for these guys. So red shirting talented players sometimes or these days ain't quite the same as it used to be, with all the movement of the players and the money and NIL. So it's a whole change. I mean, the dynamics of college sports have changed tremendously with this NIL, and it's all about the money. And if you are a college who can generate money to offer to players, you can compete for titles.
Yep.
It's all about the money.
And Greg said that James Madison was in it this year, but this was the first year too that they expanded to 12 teams, which made it a little easier to put them in. Because before, I know the first couple years it was only 14, which I thought was silly.
Yeah.
I always thought they should do like a 16, the top 16 for the football championship. I think 16 is a good number. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, Miami was like a 10 seed, and they got all the way to the championship. So, you know, once upon a time, you know, because remember, you know, you had to be basically a 102 at one time to get into the championship game in college football.
Right.
But again, you know, when you play the game, anything can happen. You know, so a 10 seed can beat a 1 seed in a one game situation. You know what I'm saying? It's you play to win. And so in a one game scenario, anybody can win anything, any given Sunday, any given Saturday, whatever the case. You know, there are no guarantees. You know what I'm saying? So I like the 12-team format. That I think that worked pretty good this year. And like you said, there were a lot of people, even though Indiana was the number one seed, there were a lot of people that were just looking for them. They were going to lose at some point. They weren't going to go all the way to the championship and win it. And they shocked the world. You
Yeah,
know, they shook up the world, man. They really shook up college football.
they did.
Because, again, it's Indiana. You know, so many people get so used to Ohio States, Michigans, you know, Alabamas. You know, we LSU's, we so used to these teams uh being in the running and winning every year that you almost think it's impossible for Indiana. You know what I'm saying? To not only get in the thing but to win it.
And people lost a lot of money betting against Indiana because they just thought that this franchise, this university, is in the. It's no way they can keep up with these teams. You know, the big time college, the Ohio States, the teams you just mentioned. There was nobody. You know, remember my son was coming in saying, "Man, this guy keep talking about he losing money on Indiana. He betting against them." I said it's because people's mind has been set that this team don't even belong in there. What are they doing in the top 10? What? They number one. What?
They ain't even supposed to be in this
They
thing.
ain't supposed to be there. So everybody was betting that they were going to lose a lot of these games throughout, and they just kept winning.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Mike Shanahan, who's that offensive coordinator down there for Indiana.
Like NFL coach Mike Shanahan?
Yeah, he's their offensive coordinator.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow.
That's big, man.
Shanahan is the offensive coordinator at Indiana.
At Indiana, yeah.
Super Bowl winning coach Mike Shanahan.
Super Bowl winning coach Mike Shanahan.
Wow. See, that's how much I played. That's how much attention I paid to college football.
Right.
I did not know that.
Right.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is huge right there, man. That is huge. Wow, man. That's breaking news to me. I did not know that.
Yeah, man, it blew my mind. And again, man, I've been able to watch Indiana over the last 2 or 3 years, and I mean, just seeing them play even before that, and it was just amazing to see them pull this team together and the way that they played on so well coached, man. And I think, you know, I don't know if people sleeping on coaching is all about getting talent, but coaching, man, still plays a huge role in success for these teams. I don't care what level you're on, and they proved it. It's one of the most well coached teams that I've seen on the college level, on all 3 levels. I mean, just amazing.
I will second that. You know, coaching matters. Because you can stockpile the talent, but if you can't coach the talent, because you know you talking about stockpiling talent, you talking about everybody was the man somewhere. That's a lot of ego coming into those buildings.
Yes.
And only a great coach, can really put people in position with all of that talent, man. You know, you gotta convince a guy that was the 3-time state champion and wherever he came from, and he broke the Russian record in the United States. He's the greatest, you know what I mean, whatever.
Absolutely.
And you gotta convince this dude that he need to sit behind 2 other guys.
Right. You can't play right now, son.
You can't play right now, son. You know, this is not gonna work.
What? I was the player of the year in my city for 3 years straight. What the hell are you talking about?
Unbelievable, man. So you are absolutely right. Dakota Miller, Shanahan is top 2 coach in the league. If you don't think so, your football knowledge is low. What are you talking about?
Who is that, Shanahan?
Shanahan. So apparently you came in after we were already talking about this. So Mike Shanahan, the NFL Mike Shanahan, the dad Shanahan is the offensive coordinator for the Indiana Hoosiers football team that just won the national championship. We are not talking about his son, who is the head coach for. Who is he the head coach for? I don't even know who he. I'm not. We're not even talking about him right now. So, football knowledge aside, we talking about the father, who is the head coach, who is the offensive coordinator for the Indiana Hoosiers, who just won the national championship. So, yeah, whatever. Thanks for tuning in, though. Hit that subscribe button while you're over there. Do that.
Yeah. We no the Shanahans. We know the Shanahans got a legacy. We know that. We know they're strong. The dad and the son. But I know that this dude Shanahan meant a lot to Indiana.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, man. And again, I didn't know that. You broke some news to me. I did not know that he was the OC down there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, man. Thad said, Dean, you brothers are doing an amazing job together with the podcast. I'm waiting for your profile to be on the Sportsman. Hey,
Who said that?
my man Thad from Thad. He was
Okay.
one of my brothers from New Start Church.
Yes, sir.
Brother Thad, good dude, man. Good brother. Brother there, man. Yeah. We're gonna have to negotiate that.
Yeah, how about
that? That might be your agent, Dean.
There you go. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
But we ain't gonna negotiate on the air.
No, not on the air. We can't do that.
Look, they don't even listen, man. Quiet is kept. Me and Dean been doing a sports show for 20-some years.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
And most of our best material is not recorded.
It's not recorded. We didn't have no cameras and microphones back then. But what we're seeing now with the sports mix over the last 4 years or so, it was ongoing even before it was on the air.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this just added to it.
Absolutely.
I missed the CB had a comment. Let me see. CB, what you had here? Look at Ben Johnson with Caleb on the Bears.
Right.
I think Glennie said that, didn't he?
Yes, he mentioned that.
Glennie brought that up. Yep. Glennie brought that up.
Because that dude, man, the quarterback for the Bears, man, the stuff he was doing was mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
And he certainly looked like he did enough to win. And that fourth down play that he made, and I think the Bears have more comeback victories than any other team in the NFL. And they've done a really, really good job with him at quarterback. And I sort of jumped on the bandwagon with them in the playoffs, and I was hoping that they kind of won that game. They came up a little short, but what a season for the Bears. And Ben Johnson is hot. This ain't the Ben Johnson on steroids back in the 80s running track. This is not that Ben Johnson now. Don't get confused.
Yeah. So let me look here. Cause my guy is questioning our knowledge.
I didn't quite understand that. I didn't quite understand the comment though.
So so I'm trying to see. So they are not related. So these are different Shanahan. So we stand. So Dakota Miller, we stand corrected. This is not the Mike Shanahan from the NFL, and they are not related. Thank you for that correction. Thank you for that correction. But he's a Shanahan nonetheless.
Yes, he is.
Shanahan nonetheless. And he's doing a hell of a job. He's a national champion now. So we stand corrected.
So he was he played wide receiver at Pitt, this Shanahan for Indiana. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Dakota said. And appreciate you, Dakota.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Just trying to be helpful. Go Niners. Well, hey,
Dropping a little knowledge on us. However, he is not related to those Shanahans.
now Dakota is a Niners fan. So you're in the same boat as us. We Ravens fans, so you are in the same boat with us. We are watching the playoff. And tough
Oh, he said
loss,
go Niners, huh? Okay, so
tough,
he's a
tough
okay.
loss for them 49ers over the weekend.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah, that was tough.
yeah. How about that?
Tough,
I mean, Seattle.
loss.
I mean, it was kind of bad for the Niners right off the jump when the guy ran the kickoff back.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, that's how this game is starting out. So yeah, that was a tough game for the Niners, but they still got and on top of that, they lose their defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He's gone down there to Tennessee. So they looking for another defensive coordinator. I think this is like their third or fourth one in a row.
And he got a Shanahan up there as the coach.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan is the head coach out there in San Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so as a Kittle tore the Achilles up, and I had damn it, I had Kittle, man. I did some FanDuel that game. I had Kittle. I needed him to get 50 yards that game.
Oh, for real?
And he went out. He went out like in the first quarter
with the injury. Yeah.
He had one catch. And that did me in right there. Let me see what Johnny B talking about. Do you guys think they need to tap into the old school coaches in the NFL, Lovey, Singletary, Hermans, etc.? Nah. Go ahead. Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
them dudes had their shots.
Yeah. Nah. And it just seems to me that for the NFL and this big coaching move, what's this about the Baltimore Colts fan? Oh,
he said he'd be a Baltimore Colts fan.
Yeah,
so,
me too. I was a big Colts fan.
Now I was not.
Yeah, I was.
I was not a Colts fan. Not now because by the time I started watching football, the Baltimore Colts were horrible. They were terrible. So I remember Burt Jones, but by the time I started really paying attention, Burt Jones was always hurt.
Yeah,
his best years. He had his best years by the time I started watching.
He was a phenomenal quarterback. I love that time frame with the Colts, 75, 76, 77. Around that time, they were a great franchise. Burt Jones was something special. He was the best quarterback in the league at that time. And that's
what I heard.
It was a lot. It was beautiful. Roger Carr, Burt Jones to Roger Carr was sensational, man.
Yeah. And Greg, they left us too soon. And like I say, by the time I really started watching football, they were so bad that I was so young. I was an Orioles fan. I was a baseball fanatic at that time in my life. And if I was hoping that the Orioles could have played all year. I was one of them kids. I just loved baseball so much. And I started watching football. I even went to a couple Colts games. My uncle had season tickets. And I went to, the matter of fact, I think it was the last year that they were here. I went and seen the Cincinnati Bengals. And I went to see, I believe it was the Redskins in the preseason game. I saw the Redskins in the preseason game. And then I saw Cincinnati Bengals when they had like Big Pete Johnson was running back and Penn Anderson was the quarterback and Chris Collinsworth was wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And for all the people that give Collinsworth a hard time for his commentating, he's pretty good basketball. He's a pretty good football player.
He was.
He was a pretty good wide receiver, man.
Pretty good wide receiver. Yes, he was.
I know people I know he rubs a lot of people wrong with his commentary and he seems to he who his favorites are.
Yeah,
because he don't stop talking about them. But he was a hell of a football player.
He was very good wide receiver.
Yeah, and he got he was on both of them Super Bowl teams, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Yeah, he was at the end of his career the second time when the 49ers beat him. And the 49ers beat him both times.
Yeah, they beat that.
But yeah, Collinsworth was a decent wide receiver.
Yeah, them Cincinnati Bengals had some good teams up there, man. They really had some good teams, talented. The Icky Shuffle, all that stuff was going on up there.
Boomer Esiason went up there and had him.
Boomer, that's right.
Maryland guy.
Coming out of the University of Maryland, old lefty. The lefty.
Yeah. You know, and Maryland had some guys, quarterbacks that got to the NFL and was decent.
They did, yeah.
You know, Boomer, Frank Wright,
man.
And Gilbart was in the league for a couple years.
Yeah, they had some guys that
more of a backup, but he was in the league for a few years. Yeah, Maryland got some guys around in the league. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, this college football came to a close last night with Indiana. The Indiana Hoosiers of all teams are the national champions in football, man. I mean, Bobby Knight is just not. You know, somebody go check on Bobby Knight.
Yeah, he don't.
I don't know where his remains are, but go check on him.
Right.
You know, because this is just not supposed to happen in football.
Indiana basketball ain't. I don't know where they are now, but they haven't been at the level that Bobby Knight had them, obviously. But now, like you say, you got the football team who's been dynamite over the last couple seasons and now national champions. Yeah, Bobby Knight is rolling over in his grave, as they like to say.
Yeah. Keep Smart hitting that game winning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Boy, that was a tough night for me. I'm a Big East guy.
Yeah.
And Derek Coleman was a super freshman. And I think he missed some free throws at the end of that game that could have put the nail in the coffin. That shot wouldn't even have mattered.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, that was just the excitement of college basketball, man. Sherman Douglas, the general. Derek Coleman, man.
Oh yeah, man. Some great times, man.
Great times, man.
And you think about, despite all of the movement in the players that we talked about a little earlier because of the NIL and transfer portal. I mean, March Madness is still March Madness.
Yeah.
Man. And that's a great thing. Despite all of the changes, that March Madness is still a spectacle that people tune into. People filling out their charts and want to know who's going to win the national championship. So that's a thing in college basketball that has still held its own. So I love that.
Shout out to Carmelo Anthony in the 2003 Syracuse Orangemen.
Yeah.
I won the pool. They won me some money that year.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember, man. I remember turning my bracket in, and the dude laughed at me. He said, "You picked Syracuse to win?" I said, "Yeah." Because everybody had Kansas. A lot of people picked Kansas to win it that year. I think Kentucky had a good squad, but nobody had Syracuse. And I just had a feeling about Syracuse. I just remember watching them play like a late. It was a late, maybe like a January, February, but I know it was a late out of conference game. And Syracuse had played Michigan State. And I want to say it was at Michigan State. And I just remember watching, Melo was young. The kid, the skinny kid, they used to call him Skinny. His cousin went to Coppin. Played at Coppin when they beat South Carolina in '97.
Oh.
Brockington. No, not Brockington.
Not Brockington.
What was that kid name, man? But Warwick. Hakeem Warwick.
Warwick. Okay, yeah.
All them dudes was like freshmen and sophomore. Young guys. What was the white kid? He could shoot the threes.
He could shoot, yeah.
I mean, man, them dudes was young. But they beat Michigan State. And Michigan State was always tough. They were always tough. Michigan State always had tough teams. And I just remember them beating them, and I said, man, they're gonna win the championship. If they keep playing like this, they can win it. And so I filled out that bracket with that in mind. And I just remember turning it in, and dude laughed at me. A couple of them laughed at me, like, man, you picking Syracuse? I said, yeah. So when it came back, Final Four weekend, and we came back to work that Monday, the game was that Monday night, man. Everybody just looking at me like, man, well, if Kansas wins, we got a couple people gonna have to split the pot. If Syracuse wins, you gonna get the whole pot.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'll see y'all in the morning. I was confident. I said, yeah, we gonna get this. And sure enough, my man Mello, my guy, and I don't even know Carmelo, but he's my guy that night.
Team Warwick, Carmelo, Gary McNamara.
McNamara. Man, he can shoot that.
He can shoot that ball, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Billy Edeline.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was man. What a win for them that year. What a huge performance by Melo, man. Freshman at that time.
Yes, sir. And again, I'm a Georgetown fan. But I'm a basketball fan too. So some of them dudes that played up there at Syracuse over the years, man, like I say, Derek Coleman, Sherman Douglas, Pearl Washington,
man.
Goddamn Lawrence Moulton. Lawrence Moulton was tough.
Oh yeah.
Poetry and Lawrence Moulton was tough. R.I.P. Lawrence Moulton, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah,
but Lawrence Moulton was tough. DC kid. Billy Owens. Billy O was tough.
I mean that whole era for the Big East was a phenomenal era. But those teams were loaded. I mean, the Villanovas and of course the Georgetowns and the Syracuse and the St. John's and the Boston colleges. I mean, them teams was loaded.
Pitt had some good teams. You talking about Pittsburgh?
Yeah, man. What a conference.
Send it in, Jerome. Jerome Lane breaking backboards.
Breaking backboards, man.
Charles Smith.
Watching that game. Yeah, Charles Smith was up there with Pitt.
Yeah.
He
had Charles Smith at Georgetown, Little Smitty.
Oh yeah. I bumped into him in the club.
Yeah. That's back when you
Yeah,
you probably was just as popular as he was back then.
I was still out
there. he probably wanted your autograph.
Right. Yeah, we had a nice little conversation there. I forgot we was in line for something. I don't know if it was to get in or to something, but good old conversation there.
Yeah. It's some great times, man. Temple teams was tough.
Yeah, man.
John Chaney had them boys practicing at 5 a.m.
Oh yeah.
We getting it in up here at Temple.
Yeah, what was that freshman they had, man? God.
Mark Macon.
Oh my gosh.
Shaking bacon, Mark Macon. He took the country by storm.
Yes, he did.
He took the country by storm, man. He came in there and went berserk.
Yeah, that was nuts, man.
Temple was number 1.
John Chaney ain't take no shit either.
No, sir. Remember him and Calipari was going at it?
Yeah, they went at it, man. They had to separate them.
Then John Chaney said, I'll kill you out there.
That's what he said. That was nuts.
John Chaney said, I will kill you.
That's what he said, loud and clear.
Yeah, CV Mark Macon.
Yeah.
Chris Mullin. Yeah, we can't forget Mullin. Mullin was a sniper too.
Oh my gosh, Chris Mullin. Woo.
I remember Big John, man. I used to listen to that radio show, and Big John used to be telling them stories, man. He said, they knew Mullin was a sniper. He said, but we wasn't gonna let him do it. He wasn't gonna do it to us, baby. Big John said every time he come through that paint, somebody better touch him.
Yeah, yeah.
Do not let him run through there free. Touch him every time he come through there.
He was a good basketball player,
Yeah,
man.
Chris Mullin was tough, man. Left hand.
Yeah, he's a tough basketball player there, man. Old Walter Barry,
Walter Burry and
man.
Willie Glass,
Yeah, man. They was
Mark
a team.
Jackson.
Yes.
Bill Winnington was up there with them boys.
Sheesh.
Connor Secker.
Oh yeah.
Man. Yeah, they were some great times, man.
And when Big John came out with the sweater.
Sweater, yeah, Big John. Yeah.
Oh man, they were some great times, man.
Memphis State, Keith Lee and them boys.
Yeah, I remember them too.
They ran. Who did Georgetown knock them out? Or was it Villanova that knocked them out when they went to the Final Four? Yeah, Georgetown knocked out St.
Georgetown. Yeah.
Georgetown knocked St. John's out, and Villanova knocked out.
Villanova knocked them. Yeah. Well, I was so hurt in that Villanova game against Georgetown.
Oh man.
Man, I was so hurt. Villanova couldn't miss.
No, they couldn't miss. They had to play like that to beat them.
They had to play like that, and they did it.
Yeah, they had to play like that to beat them, man.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Did Reggie hurt his ankle in that game?
It was the game before.
It was the game before that. Okay.
The game before that, he turned the ankle, so he wasn't 100%.
Right.
Coming back for the championship game. But one of my favorites still today that went to Memphis State, and he came a little later. Anthony Penny Hardaway.
Oh yeah.
Penny, man. Without them injuries, Penny would be one of them ones right now. We talking about Mike, and they debating Mike and Kobe and LeBron. Penny would have been in that crowd.
You better believe it.
I believe 1,000%. Penny was that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Penny was that. You know what I'm saying? Penny would dunk on you. Penny would dime you up. Penny could shoot the three. He'd strap up on you a little bit. Come on, man. Penny was the real deal, son.
He had a very high basketball IQ, and that lets you know how deadly Mike was.
Yeah.
Because basically, man, he broke that team up.
Yeah.
Shaq and Penny.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
D. Scott.
Yeah.
Anderson.
It was coming.
They had a team, man. Horace Grant went there.
Yeah, they was coming, man.
But Mike came back.
Yeah, because that team broke up in what? 90. They beat him in 96. 96, they knocked him out. They went to the Olympics, and Shaq went to LA in 96. Right. So 97, he was already gone. But you figure, if they'd have stayed together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the what if game.
Right. It's tough to say.
It's tough to say what if. But you think, I mean, the Bulls broke up in 98. The 98 was it for the Bulls. So 99 and beyond.
Shaq went west.
Shaq would have stayed east. Orlando was next up.
They was next up, man. The only thing is that Mike Jordan came back, and he came back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
You know, so the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history. You know. And we could talk about the greatness of Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, because there is no debate here. I ain't got to worry about throwing that subject out with me and you talking, because I already know what your stance is.
Right. There is no debate. There's no debate. And I mean, I understand the young fellas.
Yeah.
I understand their thought process, you know, because they didn't see Mike.
Mm-mm.
You know, I understand. I mean, LeBron looked like Superman out there, you know, with all the stats and all of that. But I mean, to me, there's just no comparison. I don't even think it's close. I don't think they should be comparing him against Jordan.
Mm-mm.
You know, using one of Stephen A. Smith's words, to me is blasphemy.
Money Mike 718, what's happening on
Mhm.
YouTube? Thanks for tuning in. So if you watch the documentary, Shaq said he wished he stayed with the Magic his whole career because it was his most fun years and Penny was his favorite teammate.
Yeah,
Hey man, listen.
yeah,
Not only did I see the documentary, but I watched them play.
yeah.
I said, yo, they coming. They are coming. And just like Shaq was saying, you know, because Shaq played with Kobe, you know what I'm saying? It took Kobe a couple years, whatever reason. Kobe was Kobe, but I mean, it took him a couple years to find his footing in the league. Penny came in the league like that. Penny came in the league like that. You know what I'm saying? He came in 93, 94 was his rookie year. 95, they was in the finals. Year 2, they were in the finals against the Houston Rockets.
Did he come there as a trade on draft day? Was he in the Chris Webber deal?
Yeah. So Orlando drafted Weber, and Golden State drafted Penny, and then they flopped. They switched. They flipped picks.
Yeah.
And Sean Bradley was in between them.
076, Sean Bradley, Brigham Young.
Yeah, Sean Bradley was the second pick. Went to the
Yeah.
sixth. And Sean Bradley, man, he was in a terrible accident. So you know he's in a wheelchair now. He's paralyzed.
Is that right? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he was paralyzed. He was in a I want to say a bike. He got hit on a bicycle, I believe.
Wow.
And he's been paralyzed. It's been a few years now.
Wow.
And I know he was a guest at I think he played some years with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, he was in the league for some years.
He was a guest at the Dallas game. If it wasn't last year or early this season, he was.
Wow.
But they brought him out on the floor, you know, in the wheelchair and whatever.
Yeah, that's
But
unfortunate.
yeah, just much respect to Sean Bradley. You know, we're not making light of him. Just, you know, he was the second pick. He was like the sandwich in between Weber and Penny. And but yeah, Sean Bradley is definitely paralyzed now. Unfortunately, he's still living, but he's paralyzed. Not able
That's
to walk.
gotta be tough, man. Any kind of paralysis like that gotta be difficult, especially when you're 7'6". I'm sure that adds difficulties. I watched him play a lot in college. He was a very decent college player.
And if you remember,
yeah,
he did the sabbatical.
He did the sabbatical.
He did the 2-year Mormon the Mormon mission.
Yes.
So he played his freshman year. He went on his 2-year sabbatical, and then he came back and declared for the draft.
For the draft, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that very well. And again, you don't see a lot of guys that size that are coordinated.
Right. Especially back then.
Especially back then. And so he wasn't like nimble, but he had some coordination.
He was coordinated, yes.
He was coordinated. He wasn't clumsy at all.
No.
I think him not playing those 2 years.
Oh, it had an impact.
Probably stunted his growth as far as a player. And he was going right to the league after the sabbatical. I don't think he got as much mileage as he could have gotten had he, you know, played another year or so in college. Just because again, at that time, the guys just wasn't going right to the league. You came to the league, you had to be ready to play.
That's true, and he was thin.
Yeah, he was a skinny guy. League back then they weren't developing guys like they are now.
Very slender at that time.
Dad said Jordan was already on a level, but during championship games, he took it to another level above that, refused to lose. That's the only fire LeBron didn't have. Yeah. Mike Jordan, man, this was a different type of guy, man.
He was different. Yeah, he was very different.
And again, man, I don't even get in debates no more with people that want to talk the Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe, or none of that stuff. You know, because to see Mike Jordan at Carolina, who was the college player of the year,
right?
So we're not talking about somebody that just he came out of nowhere. No, he was a very good college basketball
He
player.
was the college player of the year,
You know what I'm saying?
All American.
The jump that he made once he got to the NBA, and I think the jump started before that when that Olympic team was playing against the NBA guys,
Right.
and he kind of gave them a glimpse of what was to come. And you know, his biggest nemesis, Isaiah Thomas, is on film, talking about Bob Knight, who was the coach of that Olympic team in '84,
Yeah.
telling him before they played that, hey, he's a little different.
He's a little bit different here, this dude.
You
And you know, I've heard Isaiah say, you know, that, you know, he's the only guy that beat Magic, Lakers, and Birds, Celtics, and Chicago's Jordan's Bulls.
Mhm.
He's the only one that beat them, you know. No one else can say that and beat them while they were in their prime.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Michael Jordan beat all y'all before he even played one NBA game. When that Olympic team played the pros, the All-Stars, he beat all of them on the same floor.
Mhm.
Jordan dominated them when they were at their peak, and he was just a rookie, hadn't even played an NBA game.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Money Mike said he think Kareem is over LeBron all time easily. Well, again, welcome to the sports mix, Money Mike, because
Yeah,
that's not a real unpopular opinion here.
no, it's not.
You know, and my guy Dean always speaks very highly of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Oh yeah, absolutely.
or Lou Alcindor,
Lou Alcindor.
as he was known. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, you know, Dean got to see him in a light that I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I always will defer to him when we talking about Kareem, because he got to see him at a time that I didn't.
When he came in the league,
Mm-hmm.
he was the best player in the NBA as a rookie,
As a rookie,
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Alcindor was the best player in the league. And when you talk about high school, college, NBA, no one's resume is better than this dude's.
Nah.
And for me, Jordan is the greatest of all time, but I have not yet determined who's number 2 on my list.
Yeah.
But Kareem is there.
Yeah.
You know, you have to consider Kareem. You have to consider Russell. You have to consider LeBron. You have to consider Magic. And, you know, them guys. You know, so second place to me is the debate.
Yeah.
That's where all the debate should be, not first.
Money Mike say Kareem is number 2 for him.
Yeah. Yes.
And again,
And I applaud that, because he's right there, man.
It's definitely not unpopular with us.
No, not at all.
Kareem for sure.
Not at all.
I mean, when you put his total body of work together, there's nobody even close.
No, man.
Nobody even close. You talking about from high school, college to the NBA. It's nobody even close.
Then
with his resume,
bro, he had the most dominant shot in the history of basketball. That's Skyhook.
And don't forget, they outlawed the dunk in college when he was there.
Yeah.
That was because of him.
Couldn't dunk. Took it out. That's when the alley-oop came into play.
Kareem, the best college basketball player of all time. Hey, you can get no debate from me.
No debate. Yeah.
Man, you get some New Jack or say Christian Leighton or some shit.
Right.
You know, which Leighton wasn't bad.
No, he had a phenomenal.
Yeah, he had a great run.
Yeah, no question, man. No question.
You know?
But that shit that they was doing over at UCLA with Lou Alcindor and all.
and they couldn't play as freshman. He couldn't play as freshman.
Right, couldn't play as a freshman.
Yeah, now that John, if you still watching, back then you couldn't play as a freshman.
Right.
Landon checking in. What's up, homie?
Okay, Landon.
Definitely don't sleep on Doc and Bird.
No, they in that mix too. Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
definitely don't sleep on Doc
Yeah.
or Bird. And you know, I was not a Bird fan by any stretch of the imagination, but man, to deny his greatness would be blasphemous.
Absolutely.
I would tell people don't even listen to me if I said anything foolish like Bird
Oh,
wasn't
man.
this or that.
Larry Bird was ridiculous, man, as a player.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And you know, with Doc, I do have to admit that I did not get to see his glory years in the ABA.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I know that he was something special over there. And so I kind of missed out on that part of his career, unfortunately.
Yeah, Thad got LeBron third, Magic fourth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's behind Mike and Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
Funny Mike said he only 29 and he know and studied the game. And you know, most young guys wouldn't even give Kareem any kind of glory. So
True.
29, man,
True.
I respect
29,
that.
yeah.
Definitely respect your studying of the game and knowledge of the game,
Yeah.
man. That's big props to you.
I mean, for him to even mention Kareem at that level of being number 2 shows you that he has some depth of knowledge of the game, because at 29 you don't get that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you don't get that.
Because it's been almost 40 years since Kareem played.
Yeah.
So
He's
you
been
clearly didn't see him play.
right. Yeah. But he was a force, man. That guy was, I just thought it was unfair when he came in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was just unfair because nobody could do anything with him. They couldn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
With that sky hook.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. And then, like I say, by the time I kind of seen who he was, or kind of knew who he was probably in his 30s at that point. And that's all he had pretty much with the sky hook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was sky hooking you. He didn't have six, because I seen some younger footage of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, when he came in the league and he was athletic, you know what I'm saying? He would dunk on you a little bit. You know, he was blocking a lot of shots.
Mm-hmm.
He was just more dynamic a player.
Yes, he was.
You know, and when I saw him, he was great. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying that he was 30 and washed up. No, he was still 30 and tough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look. See, you know, you knew the jokes was coming.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh Lord.
Dean, you missed the doc in the ABA because you was dancing on Soul Train in the Moon Man Connection.
We tried to pull a move on Landon by coming on a little early today.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
He's I'm gonna get him in. And you know, once he gets started,
right,
they coming in rapid succession. Wait a minute. Dad said he could score 100 and have 100 women too. Now, who are we talking about? We talking about Kareem or Wilt?
Don't forget about Wilt. Right, don't forget about Wilt now.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Wilt.
Yeah, don't forget the stilt.
Yeah, he's in that round too. All these guys that we're mentioning is in the discussion for the second greatest player of all time.
Mm-hmm. All right. JB say, where does Tim Duncan and Kobe fit in?
Yeah. Now that's something there too. Now you got to bring them guys into the mix.
Yeah. Timmy was tough.
Timmy tough, man. Tim
tough.
Duncan tough. Did he win 5?
5, yeah.
He won 5, man. Tim Duncan is there. Tim Duncan is
in the conversation. And
I've always thought Kobe was just a little down from that group.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, man, forget how dominant Shaq was in his prime.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Shaq.
That's Shaquille O'Neal. And I'm a big guy. So I'm always partial to the big.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that shit Shaq was doing was unfair, man.
Man,
the way he dominated Mutombo, I felt so bad for Mutombo
yeah.
in that series against the Sixers, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, Mutombo played him as tight as you could play this man. And Shaq, man, would dip that shoulder into his chest, man, and lift
Beat
him
him up, man.
feet.
He beat him up.
Yeah.
And you know, in 3 of them titles that he won with the Lakers, he was the MVP in all 3 of those championships. So Shaq is automatically in the discussion too.
Yeah. Shaq
And I think because of that, the fact that Shaquille O'Neal was MVP in 3 of those championships, I think it takes something away from Kobe.
Yeah.
In his quest. So he got 5, 2 without.
You got to be careful though, because we Kobe fans, man.
Oh, I know.
They'll be protesting outside of your job tomorrow.
And that's another name I see, Hakeem Olajuwon. A lot of people forget him.
Yeah.
They won 2.
Yeah, when Mike retired. Let me stop.
When Mike retired.
Let me stop.
That's the asterisk.
How you feel Shaq would do in today's NBA where they want everybody to shoot? You got to account for Shaq though, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know the game is different. They play the game a different way now. But Shaq is such a presence. You know what I'm saying? You basically saying you're going to give him, because I don't think none of the bigs could play him.
How you going to stop him?
None of the bigs of the day could play him. Like Joker. Joker may be. I don't think he's strong enough to
No, he ain't strong enough.
And he's definitely not quick enough.
No.
Because that's another thing about Shaq. For to be as big as he was, Shaq was quick.
Yeah.
He had quick feet. And he had quick feet and he was powerful.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and again, Orlando Shaq could put the ball on the floor.
Oh yeah, he could run the floor.
He could run the floor. He could run the break.
He was an athlete.
Now, Laker Shaq was just beating people up.
Yeah, he started putting on a little bit more weight and beating people up. But Shaq, man, I just don't know how you'd be able to stop that guy.
Nah. I just think, man, great players figure it out no matter what era they play in.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I just think greatness is the X factor.
I agree.
Like people say LeBron couldn't play 20 years, 30 years ago.
Shit.
I think he's great enough. He would figure it out.
LeBron could play in any era.
You know what I'm saying? He would figure it out. He may not do the things that he's doing today.
He could play in any
but he
era.
would figure it out. He would be a great player in any era. I don't see a great player that couldn't translate.
And I think a lot of people that look at this, they will look at players of the past and and look at some of the footage and say, man, look at him. Look at he doing. He ain't got left. He ain't got, that kind of thing, and you look at that. But when you look at a player of today and the skill level that they're doing things, but they're on the shoulders of the people of before them. They're on the shoulders of them. These players ain't doing all this shit if there wasn't a Magic, if there wasn't a Jordan, if these players hadn't come before them. And I always argue, for instance, if you look at Wilt could run the 40 and he run a 4.5 40. Wilt, they outlawed him when he shot free throws. He dunked from the free throw line. This is crazy. So they outlawed that. No, Wilt, you can't dunk from the free throw line. You got to shoot the free throw. He was the Big Ten long jump champion.
Right.
This guy was you talking about an athlete? Now you take that Wilt Chamberlain athlete that could do all those things, and you take him through the AAU system that they taking all these players through, and put him in that league today and see what you're gonna get. It's ridiculous. I look at those centers. What's the center in Philly? Embiid. And these centers and Joker and these guys, and Shaq during his time, man, none of them was the athlete that Wilt was.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So when you look back at old highlights, you just can't stay locked onto the highlights. You got to look at them guys and have them have the that thing of being able to see all these other players before them, and then you put them in today's game and see what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take an athlete like Wilt Chamberlain, you best believe this dude was dominant. This dude ran the 400 meters. He was a state champ over in Philadelphia running the 400 or something like that. The guy was a tremendous athlete through the shot put.
Yeah.
I mean, so this whole comparing of players, and so it's no doubt. So when you talk to a guy like an Oscar Robertson or Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell, they laugh at these guys when they say that they can't play in this era.
Yeah, that's foolish.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, and then when you come to the argument and you talking about greatness, see, greatness is not. I mean, it's skill there, but it's not just about who's the best. If you look at what's the guy name? Say like Tyson Gay, who's a sprinter and ran 100 and whatever time, and Justin Gatlin, and they ran 100. These American sprinters, and they actually ran faster than Carl Lewis. But are they as great as Carl Lewis? Right. Hell no.
Right.
They're not as great as Carl Lewis, but you could say that they were better based on their time.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about Carl Lewis with 9 gold medals in the Olympics, no, he's the greatest sprint athlete of all time. So greatness and skill and who's best, there's 2 different conversations.
Yeah.
And that's why Jordan is the greatest, because he did his damage on the biggest stage. There's players that's skilled as hell. They talk about certain players. I heard Dr. J say, I don't know why you talk about the NBA. It's a team sport, so you can't talk about who got the championships. No, you can talk about that, because playing for the championship is the biggest stage. And when you got a player who dominated like Jordan did and got the 6 MVPs, he was the man on those championships, double repeat. I mean, that's greatness, man. That's greatness.
Yeah. This just not gonna be denied, man.
Yeah, I mean,
this MJ, and then so you talk about, Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis in his time, one of the greatest Olympians that we've ever seen. His only failure was trying to sing the national anthem. That was it. That was his only failure.
He said, "Uh-oh."
That was his only failure, was trying to sing the national anthem, man.
Yeah.
His athletic record is what it is.
Yeah, Carl was full of himself. He went a little outside his outside his lane on that one.
Yeah. So better, Johnny B say, better coach Phil or Pop. I'm gonna say,
wow.
I think Pop is considered a better coach, and I think Phil. I think they don't give Phil credit as a coach, more so as an X and O guy, because I think Tex Winter is supposed to be the architect of the triangle offense, which I think the Lakers and the Chicago Bulls won with the triangle offense. And then the amount of talent that Phil Jackson coached, he had the greatest player ever, Michael Jordan, and then you had Kobe and Shaq.
Right.
2 guys that are in the conversation for number 2.
Right. Right.
And Pop, he had some talent up there with Duncan and Ginobili.
Tony Parker and them
Dave
guys.
Robinson was up there for a couple of them. Dave Robinson was with. I think Dave Robinson got 3 of the 5.
Dave Robinson was up in there, yeah.
I think
a good
Pop,
question.
I think Pop is always considered the better of the 2, but I would have to look at that a little deeper.
Yeah, that's a good question. No, that's
I
a
would
real
have
good
to put that
question.
a little
Matter
heavy
of
in.
fact, I ain't never heard nobody ask that question before.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah,
And that's why I kind of was careful answering it.
that's a great question. I would have to think about that.
I had to do some homework on that one, John.
Yeah, great question.
Good question though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into that one a little bit
Yeah,
because I know what people say, you know, and I know Phil don't get a lot of credit because of the talent that he had. You know,
well,
Mike and Scotty and Dennis Rodman, and, you know, I mean, and you can't help who on your roster. You know,
yeah.
because it's guys with great rosters that don't win nothing.
But Duncan, David Robinson, Tony Parker, Ginobili, they ain't bad either.
Nah, there ain't no slouches.
Ain't no slouches.
No slouches, man.
Ginobili was Ginobili. Oh my God,
Ginobili was tough. Left-handed.
Ginobili, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, Ginobili had one of them games, man, where
Whew,
he ain't great shoot that. He ain't great shoot that. Yeah, he
right.
shot it. He ain't
Whew,
great take that shot. He ain't great. Yeah, he did it. Oh, he ain't great dunk on you. Yes, he did.
man, that
Awkward.
guy.
He would take awkward. He coming off the wrong foot
Oh man.
and will flush that thing on you.
Yeah, he was something. Tony Parker going up and down the floor 100 miles an hour.
He was a zit.
Right.
Yeah.
What a team.
And
What a team.
Tim Duncan, man, the most
Mm,
unassuming superstar
mm,
in the league history.
mm,
He was
mm,
just about his business. He didn't care nothing about the spotlight. He didn't care about
mm.
none of that. Just give me the ball.
And the thing about it was that we had the we were able to see him in the ACC
Yeah.
when Joe Smith was in there and Rasheed Wallace was in there.
Yeah.
And Tim Duncan. Oh man. Wow.
And
Wow.
I think, again, this the old man in me talking. I think that's what's missing. That young people don't get to see that. That we don't get to see we don't get to see guys grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Guys they become these high school phenoms. They may go to college. Some of them go right to the G League or they go overseas and then they come back to the NBA or whatever. And now, man, the NBA is like they drafting potential now. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, when we talked about Weber and Shaq and Penny, them dudes was ready to play day one.
Day one.
When they came into the league, you was drafting guys that you was plugging into that lineup and ready to go. Donnie Bantry, 3057. Welcome to the Sports Mix says, do you guys like when teams with bad QBs win the Super Bowl? Like Sam Darnold might do because our team. Hey, we had Trent Dilfer here in Baltimore win the Super Bowl.
That's a good question, though. And you know what? And it's funny though because if you look at Seattle and you look at the Ravens with Trent Dilfer,
Similar.
of course the Ravens with Trent Dilfer was a long time ago, but the defenses were phenomenal. I'm not trying to put Seattle's defense on the same level, you know, with the 2000 Ravens, but do you take a little bit better than average quarterback and fortify the other positions and make the defense stout? I don't know. I mean, it's an argument. I just know it just seemed like when you think about Super Bowls overall, you're thinking about the quarterbacks. You're thinking about those MVP quarterbacks having those great games, and the quarterback position is the toughest position. It is the lead position. So, but hey, if you got an outstanding defense like Seattle has, and we talked about that early on the show, one of the other guys who was on the show, he said he got a problem with Sam Darnold. He think that that's going to be their Achilles heel, and they won't make it to the Super Bowl based on that. When you look at the Rams, and they're maybe the MVP quarterback of the year this year. So I'm not giving up on a start. If I can get me an elite quarterback, I'm taking it.
Yeah. John said Flacco as well.
Flacco. Yeah.
But to Flacco's credit, that defense wasn't 2000 Ravens defense.
No, it wasn't.
That defense wasn't typical Ravens defense. They weren't bad, but they weren't that.
That was Ray's last
That was
year.
Ravens last year. And in the playoffs, Joe Flacco played out of his mind.
He did.
He was Joe. He looked like Joe Montana,
Right.
during that playoff run. So I'm a yeah. Yeah, Donnie, yeah, Flacco was on fire during that playoff run. I mean, he was 11 touchdowns, no interceptions.
It was ridiculous. What he did was ridiculous.
Joe was incredible during that run,
Yeah.
man.
It was ridiculous, and he never played like that again.
Never.
Not at that.
And remember, and I say this, I've said this quite a bit here. December that year, he was stinging it up.
He bet on himself. Remember?
Yep. He turned down that contract.
Turned down the
bet on
contract.
himself. Early in that season, he turned down the contract offer the Ravens made him. He said, "Nope."
Nah, he said that ain't enough.
I'm gonna play the season out, and we're gonna see what happened. And then I mean, they backed into the playoffs that year. A lot of people don't remember that because they won it, but they backed into the playoffs that year, and they got into the dance, and it was all over after that.
Saw what they did, And one of the things that with that Ravens team is I mean, Ray was still there, and to me, Ray Lewis is on Mount Rushmore for defensive players all time. He's one of the guys that's up there on that list. And then if you want to talk about, and I'm saying this really across all sports, I think that Ray Lewis is also on the Mount Rushmore of greatest leaders. And that goes across sports to me. He was such a great leader, in that locker room. And I think even when you talk about Harbaugh winning Super Bowls and haven't won anything since then, you look at the makeup of that locker room, Ray Lewis ain't there. Ed Reed ain't there. Some of those leaders aren't there anymore. So, yeah, that guy Ray, he was something special.
And see, talking about Flacco doing that run, so they beat the Colts here in Baltimore in the division round or the wild card round, whatever.
Yeah.
They go out to Denver.
What a game!
And you talking about. It was cold like it is today.
Yes, it was.
I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Bridget.
I got a TV that day from Rent-A-Center.
Okay.
I still got that TV, right? Because I bought it. I wasn't going to rent it. I bought that thing. But I still got that TV today. The TV was delivered that afternoon. The game was that evening. And I remember sitting in my living room at the time, watching it, man, and it's like, man, we great lose.
We were great to lose.
We great lose this thing, man. And Flacco threw that thing out there to Jacoby Jones, man. That's probably one of the. It got to be one of the top 3 plays in Ravens history.
Yeah.
That play right there got to be one of the top 2 or 3 plays in Raven history, man. I mean,
it
man. When the defense should have never allowed him to be open like that. They should have never allowed him to get behind him.
Right.
Flacco went and threw that thing out there as far as he could throw it. Jacoby went and ran up under that thing, and was nothing in front of him but grass.
I mean, can you think of a play that can be above that? I'm trying to sit here thinking of what is above that play. I can't find it.
I mean, you got the 4th and 27.
That was big with Ray Rice.
And that was the same year, wasn't it?
I think it was. That sort of got him in the playoffs.
Wasn't that year? It was the year before. But it was in that run, doing them couple year run with that same
playoffs. Yeah, that was big. That was big too.
But I mean, yeah, that might be it.
I think that's it, man. I think it is.
the Shannon Sharp touchdown from what they was at the 5-yard line.
That was big too against the
big.
Raiders.
The Ray Lewis stop against San Diego on 4th down.
Or even the Ray was that a fumble interception against the Titans?
Titans. Yeah, but I don't know. Jacoby
I think Jacoby is it, man. I think that play to Jacoby
might be number one.
I think that might be number one, man. I think it is.
We gonna have to put a poll out.
Yeah.
We had to put a poll out and see what the greatest Ravens played.
Ravens
that one right there, man. But I remember when he caught that thing, I jumped up and down in that living room.
Wow.
And I said, "We gonna win the Super Bowl."
Wow.
We gonna win the Super Bowl. And that game that just tied it up. That play didn't even win the game. That just tied the game up.
Right.
Because the game went in overtime.
And we won it in overtime.
And still had to go to New England.
And had to go to New England.
I said
to deal with Tom Brady.
I said, we gonna win the Super Bowl after that play.
Who did the Colts have as their quarterback? Because Manning was in Denver, right?
Yeah, Manning was in Denver. They had the young boy.
The young boy who retired kind of early.
Yeah. Damn, from Stanford.
Right. I can't
remember his name.
That guy.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Right.
Yep.
So he went through. And you know, and it's funny, man, when you think about that time frame. So he beat Luck. Mm-hmm. He beat Manning. Then he beat Tom Brady, and then he went in the Super Bowl and beat Kaepernick.
Yep. Hold down.
Some legendary names.
Man, that was a hell of a run, man. Flacco was on one.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And got paid.
Yes.
And got paid. And again, he bet on himself and went and got that money, man. I wasn't mad at him. Go get your bread, son.
And Beyonce was there too. Let's not forget Lady B. She was there too at halftime. So it was legends all over the place. So many legends that the power went out.
Power went out.
Too much star power, man.
And B, so if B was there, I'm sure Jay-Z was in the building. Yeah,
you know, Jay was somewhere there.
He was in the building.
He ain't letting her go nowhere without him.
Nah. Yeah, Joe was on fire that run. Man.
Oh man, unbelievable. And they threw that money at him. They threw that bag at him.
Yeah, I guess old Bishotti said, yeah, well, he bet on himself. I guess I gotta pay him.
Smart. Yeah, he bet on himself. You gotta give Joe credit.
Yeah. At that time, you know, Joe probably was popular, man. Come on, Joe, let's go to Vegas. And what we putting the money on today, baby?
Yeah, Joe was making them baby.
Yeah, Joe got about 7 kids or something. No?
Yeah, Joe was making babies now.
Yeah, he was stair stepping them things too.
Yes, he was.
He kept his wife. Hey, you be there when I get back. Goddamn it.
They used to say back in the day. I hope I ain't upsetting our female listeners. This is a saying back in the day to keep them pregnant and barefoot. That's what they used to say. So Flacco must have been from that school of thought.
Well,
he kept Miss Flacco pregnant.
His wallet said he could do that.
He could do that, yeah. As long as you can afford it.
Where y'all see Ray and Ed and Ravens organization? Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Right.
Come back on alumni day or something. Ray, bring Ray out the tunnel. You need to do the little squirrel dance and shit. You know. I don't see them dudes as coaches or front office guys.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't.
I don't either.
I don't see them as that.
I think they can do it and can be effective at it, but I don't see. I mean, I remember Ed Reed was looking at one of the HBCUs at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out. I think they even threw Ray's name out there in the mix for a couple of them positions out there. But yeah, I don't see him.
Mm-mm.
They haven't jumped into it at this point. I'm not sure if they're gonna jump into the coaching thing.
Nah, then see they can't go. They wouldn't be able to go to Miami and be on the sidelines for them games.
Right.
Ravens and stuff.
Right.
So
Y'all might have a game. Y'all might have a game on Sunday. Ray somewhere preaching in church. Can't get him to the sideline. You want to go back to the old day? I want the games to start at 2:00 in Baltimore. Some people don't remember that some cities the Sunday game didn't start until 2:00 because of church.
Yeah.
And Baltimore was one of those cities.
Yeah. Yeah. NFL said no more of that.
No more of that.
No more of that stuff. We starting at 1 and 4.
1:00. Period.
You know what I mean? You get with the program.
Yeah.
What do you say? Get down or lay down?
That was it.
Nino Brown, them boys.
2:00 start. A lot of people don't remember that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, they started at 2:00 in Baltimore.
Yeah, well, I told you I looked at some old games on YouTube, old Baltimore Colts games on YouTube, and that Memorial Stadium was a dump.
Yeah.
When you look at stadiums now, let me
compare it now.
Comparative stadiums now, which are football only stadiums, they build stadiums just for specific sports. But the Memorial Stadium was multi-purpose. You know, Memorial Stadium was baseball and football.
Played in a lot of dirt.
And a lot of dirt. The baseball diamond ended at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So that that just tell you talking about from the 50-yard line to the end zone, you had a baseball diamond. So a lot of dirt.
The uniforms did not stay clean like they do today.
No. How you think Harbaugh would do with the Giants?
It's a good question.
Well, again, I think Harbaugh is a good coach. I think he's a good coach. He's gonna do as good as the staff he built. You know what I'm saying? If he built a good staff, and I don't know much about the Giants, how their front office work with respect to drafting players and how they build teams. But I think if Harbaugh get the right tools, and I think he got some say-so in personnel, a little more say-so than he had here with the Ravens, I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well up there. He in the NFC East, so he got the Eagles to contend with, the Commanders, who they had a bad season this year, but the Commanders not a bad organization. The Cowboys are the Cowboys. They're gonna be up, they're gonna be down. I think Harbaugh will do well in NFC East. Again, it's tough. It's tough to say, but I think he's gonna do well. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll do fine up there. Like Greg said, he got 100 million. So he's gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think Harbaugh is definitely going to bring a high level of organization. He's very good at that. I think, setting everything up, having things organized, a lot of the foolishness, a lot of, like you can look at some franchise like Cleveland and some of these franchises where they just can't get it together. A lot of foolishness is going on. John Harbaugh is going to straighten all of that out. He's been so consistent in Baltimore, having them 18 years under his belt. So he's definitely going to bring something to the table. And I agree with Big Kenny that, his key asset is picking the right coordinators and making sure he has a good staff. He's only going to go as far as his coordinators. He was a special teams coach. John Harbaugh can't grab the playbook from the offensive coordinator and say, "Go over there, I'm calling the plays." He can't do that with the defensive team. He can't call no defensive plays, but he can put somebody in that spot, and he trusts him. Is all on Monken. That's why when Monken when we lost that game to who we lose the game we didn't put Derrick Henry in. It was on national TV. It might have been the Patriots. I'm not sure.
Patriots game.
Yeah. So when you have a game like that where Monken is calling offensive plays, and with 12 minutes left in the game, Derrick Henry had been cooking that game. He's sitting on the bench the whole time. John Harbaugh, the head coach, and he don't have the wherewithal to say, hey, where's Derrick Henry? We need him in there. Put him in the game, because he puts all of that in the hands of his coordinators, and he's not an offensive coordinator guy. He's not a defensive coordinator guy. He's never been that offensive coordinator, never been a defensive coordinator, never been a linebackers coach, never been a defensive line coach, never been an offensive line coach. He don't have those X's and O's. But when you talk about bringing the organization together and him picking the right coordinators, that's, to me, that's his strengths right there. And he'll help the Giants.
Yeah, he'll be fine up there.
He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine.
So John got a basketball question. Remember when Eddie Jones was compared to Kobe? Well, Eddie Jones came first. Eddie Jones was ahead of Kobe.
Yeah.
They actually traded Eddie Jones so that Kobe could get more playing time. Because Eddie Jones was the starter.
Yeah, Kobe came off the bench.
Kobe played behind Eddie.
Right.
And Eddie Jones was tough.
He was a good ball player, man.
He was tough. He wasn't Kobe tough, but he was tough.
Yeah.
He was an all-star. He was an NBA all-star.
He was all-star. Yes, he was.
He was an all-star in the league, so he had a good run.
Yeah. What college he come up out of?
Temple,
exactly.
Him and Aaron McKee down there.
Yes.
Him and Aaron McKee was together down there at Temple with John Chaney.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, the thing with Kobe just had this insane workout mentality. I mean, when you talk about players getting the most out of themselves, Kobe is there. Kobe is there. I mean, this guy, it was insane the way he worked out and the way he got his craft to near perfection. The man got everything out of his body. So yeah, early on, Eddie Jones started. Kobe came in to back him up. Kobe was still young. But man, that work ethic, man. I don't know what they call it, Mamba mentality or something. They came up with the name. That was real. That was real. And
he made that name up.
You say he made it up?
Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Kobe was
Kobe was something, man.
He was insane with that workout, man. He got the most out of his body. And just like AI said, man, we had the game and I said, come on, man, let's go. I'm gonna hang out, man. What you gonna go? You rolling with me? Nah, man, I'm going to the gym. And I've heard his old girlfriend say that she over the house with him, and all he wanted to do was look at Michael Jordan tapes, Come Fly With Me, and those things, and she over there, trying to get it in. and Kobe was checking out Come Fly With Me.
Yeah.
She wanted him to come fly with her.
He wasn't interested.
So the Mamba mentality was real.
Yeah. But it go back to the work ethic and what it take to be great. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as a high school basketball coach, who you try to explain to these young guys, and I don't care what you playing, if it's basketball, if it's football, whatever it is, man, if you're not willing to put the work in to get better, you know what I'm saying, you missing out. Because while you're not working, somebody is working.
Yeah.
Somebody else is putting the work in. Somebody else is lifting for 2-3 times a day. While you working out in the morning, somebody working out in the morning and in the evening. While you not studying film, somebody studying film. You know,
Right.
when you're not running that mile, them 2-3 miles, somebody's running 4 miles. You know what I'm saying? When somebody getting up 500 shots, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go see my girl,
Right.
and the other guy gonna put up another 1,000 shots on top of the 500 y'all put up together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is those type of things that make the difference
Better
between
believe it.
between good and great. You know, between
Just,
good and great.
just think how great Wilt Chamberlain could have been if he had knocked down 10,000 women. How many points you think that man could have scored if he wasn't knocking down 10,000 women?
You shortchanged him because didn't he say 20?
Oh, it was 20,000 women. My bad.
Will said 20,000, man.
He said 20,000.
Don't shortchange him now.
My bad. Right. 20,000 women.
20,000. Yeah, give him all of that.
Right.
Yeah, you right. You know,
Yeah.
Wilt shortchanged himself.
He shortchanged himself, man. 20,000. I mean, think about that. And you know, obviously he was exaggerating because I know some people went in and did some mathematical equations saying that for him to have 20,000 women, he had to knock down a woman every I forgot, every 4 hours or something like that.
Hey.
But we got the point.
Yeah, I understand.
It wasn't 20,000, but the man was out there sleeping with a lot of women. Man, that's wow.
20,000 is staggering.
That's a staggering figure.
How you got energy to do anything?
That might be the greatest feat in the history of mankind. Can a pair of wait a minute, we did have an 11-year-old on the show tonight, right? All right. I refrain from saying that.
Hey Greg, man, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Gosh.
I love, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I forgot. I was going to say something too. Yeah, let me.
Now that was that the Greg I know?
No. This
Okay.
Greg. He from Turner's. He from down the way.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, appreciate you being on, Greg.
Yeah, man. Thank you for reminding me that the young man was watching the show.
Yeah, the 11-year-old.
And I think he subscribed too. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple people subscribed tonight.
Yeah. No.
I have all the names, but I see my subscriptions went up. So I appreciate everybody that subscribed, everybody that's been tuned in, man. It's been a good show, man. You know, just like it's been a flow.
It's been a flow.
It's been a good flow. You know, we Ravens fans, so you know, we out the playoffs, man. So
yeah,
you know, people think we ain't got nothing to talk about. We sports people.
Yeah, we talking sports.
Talking sports, man. We talk little basketball, little football, little, you know, Wilt Chamberlain with 20,000 women, man. You know, we can cover the gamut.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. And you know, and again, we always talk about it. You know, that's why it's called the sports mix.
Yeah, we mixing it.
We mixing it up, and you know, Kenny being having DJ as you know, in his bag. He's a DJ. Once you're a DJ, you're always a DJ. So he is a DJ, and he was in the mix back
in the comments. Johnny B, that's my guy. We used to DJ parties together.
Okay, that's what's up. See, that's what I'm talking about.
He know my resume.
Right.
He can vouch for my resume.
And at some point in the show, he was ready to go into the mix. And apparently he heard in his ear, nah, this is not gonna mix in. This ain't gonna go good. Nah. And he pulled back on it. See, that's a sign of a good DJ. That's a sign of a good DJ. He was ready to bring it in, and he was like, nah, I can't bring this one in with this one that's playing.
Not right now.
We let it go. So that's what's up, the sports mix. That's why we able to move smoothly into other subject matter, jump sports, jump questions, and things like that. So we definitely enjoyed all the interaction tonight. It was important. It's a nice flow, nice questions, nice comments.
Yes.
We loved it.
Yeah, yeah, man, and that's what it's all about. And with like I say, with football season coming to an end, we ready to roll right on into more. It's gonna be a lot more basketball talk.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, a lot more basketball talk, man. Oh man, Dad just brought one up to you. Trying to make Tank like Mike Tyson.
Mm,
Tank in the news for all the wrong reasons.
right.
And another one, and
Yeah.
for me,
Wow.
because I work in the field I deal with people with mental health. Tank strike me as a guy that got some stuff going on. With some of the issues that he's gotten in trouble with. With the situation with the women, he's had issues with women
Yeah.
quite a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I am not a doctor. I don't diagnose people with anything. So don't take what I'm saying as I'm trying to say I'm trying to diagnose this man, anything like that. But there is some trauma that's probably been unresolved in his life, which is why he keeps having these issues that he's having
Mm-hmm.
these women, and there's probably a trust issue with women. You know what I'm saying? Which is why he's having these over aggressive uh situations with women. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know,
Yeah.
and if it's people out there that know Tank that's watching, tell him, hey man, we praying for him and we pulling for him. And I just hope that, whatever's going on that he did that get it worked out and deal with Tank Javante. Deal with Javante.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with Javante Davis. Tank Davis gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? But deal with Javante, man. Get right and take care of Javante first. You know, and people that really rock with you, your fans, they'll be there if once you get it together. But deal with Javante first,
Yeah.
and whatever you need to do to get yourself right. You know what I mean? Whatever help you need to take care of that business, man, and don't lose sight of that. Because
And
people gonna talk about you one way or the other anyway.
yeah, very true. Very true. And I mean, and if it is some truth to what you're saying, and I believe it is, when it comes to Tank, and the same thing with Mike
Mhm,
Tyson, the same
mhm.
type of thing. I'm pretty sure that there are people around Tank who I know those guys have been in his corner for a long time, and they mean a lot to him. And and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have talked to him. A lot of people talked to Mike during his run back in the day. But I
Mhm.
know that it's very difficult to lasso a guy that's making millions,
Yeah.
and the world is there. You got money. You're making all. I mean, it's probably difficult to maybe deal with these folks. And a lot of times, man, the childhood, the upbringing, the things that happen in their childhood obviously can impact them, all of us as adults.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I just hope the guy, man, can get it straight, man, because it's funny, man. I was looking at his highlights, Javante's highlights, um, yesterday, and man, inside that ring, man, that dude, man, whoo, man, man,
Real,
that dude is
real
something.
deal. The
Yeah,
real deal, man.
I think at one point, man, he was really the biggest name in boxing.
Yes. Yeah. Without
Uh,
question.
yeah, his fights on Showtime and stuff like that was the biggest thing going. Floyd was done, and Floyd had a great relationship going at that time. And but Javante Tank was the guy, man.
Yes.
He was the guy.
And he did not let down.
He did not,
He
man.
did
He was
not let us
amazing.
down, man. His shows was something to see.
It was sold out, man. It brought back the glory days of boxing when that's people gravitated, man. When you had a big boxing match, when them dudes Hagler and Leonard and Ali and them guys, man, people were there. Homes and them places was jam packed. And Tank, that's what was happening with Tank.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And again, I don't. I'm with you, Money Mike. I don't really know Tank's situation
Right.
intimately. I just kind of know from the outside looking in. I know where he's from. You know what I'm saying? I'm very familiar with where he's from.
Yeah.
I know his story about how he grew up. You know what I'm saying? With the, you know, some of the things he dealt with growing up, and that stuff is public. That part of
Yeah.
the stuff is public. But like, you know, I deal with people on a daily basis that's dealt with a lot of trauma. And man, when you got traumatic situations that you don't deal with, at some point, if you don't deal with it, it's going to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, man, we look at somebody that's made money and feel like, yo, the money should trump your issues. You mean you made it out, you made it, but again, money doesn't do nothing but make the issues that much more prevalent. Because now you got money, and then you still got your issues that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I'm not going to dig into what the issues are, or what I think is, because I'm not. Again, I'm not professional enough to say that. But I do see some things. I see some similarities in some of the stuff that I see on a daily basis, and I just hopeful that at some point, like you say, man, because he got people around him that it's hard for them to be able to tell him, hey,
Difficult.
you got to tighten up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When Tank is the one that's affording them
Oh
the
yeah.
lifestyle that they living. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, well, you telling me, you keep telling me to stop. I'm gonna shut your water off,
Right.
and then you're gonna be right back over there on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, yep.
And Tyson, man, and the thing about Tyson, again, man, Tyson had a rough upbringing, man.
Yes.
Up there in Brownsville.
Yes.
I mean, his mother, he talked about it, man. His mother, he didn't know his father and all the things that was going on, the robbing, the fighting, the things that was happening. I mean, his upbringing was something, man. So when you see Mike Tyson going off, biting somebody's ears off in the ring and telling somebody he would eat their children and some of these crazy things that Mike was doing. I mean, wound up in jail for rape. I mean, there's a lot of saying that he didn't do it or he didn't do it, but he went to jail for that. And so people come up, man, and some really, really dysfunctional situations. And we love them. We love them as athletes and we love what they do. But a lot of them, man, got mental health issues.
Yep. Shout out to Derek Lewis checking in. What's up? What's up, Derek Lewis?
Derek
Check,
Lewis,
so you've been checking out for basketball, late night basketball. They got, man. You know what? I'm enjoying the NBA coverage this year. That's on like NBC and Peacock.
Peacock.
Because they had some games on all day yesterday because of MLK Day.
Yeah.
I know they got the Tuesday night games that come on NBC. And probably game on now. The late game probably on now. Amazon got games I think on Friday. ESPN got games, man. So it's you gotta have the services to see them, of course. But I mean,
True.
I just like it. I like the NBA coverage this year more so than I did the last couple of years. I always thought NBA was best coverage wise in the '90s when NBC had it, TNT, TBS. You had games on pretty much 3-4 nights a week, or Saturdays and Sundays. You had games on, so it was like a lot of basketball for a basketball fan. And now that they got all this, and they got games on in prime time now. They on in prime time, and they on like regular channels. You don't even need cable to see some of these games. So it's a good thing. Well, what's up, Derek Lewis, man?
Yeah.
Look, I be calling him by his whole government.
Right.
Let me stop that.
So I'm wondering,
brother Derek.
Derek, when last time you picked up a basketball? That's the question of the night for Derek Lewis, former Maryland star. When the last time you picked up a basketball and made a bucket?
I can tell you last time I made a bucket.
Right.
Yesterday.
I was great to see. See, you still in the gym. You coaching.
And it was a layup.
And you made it.
I made it. Couple free throws. I hit a couple free throws, but man, my free throws are so bad. Because I don't shoot them enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I mean, I'll be shooting this the first time in life I picked up a basketball sometime. I'll be like, man. So I don't step out too far. I ain't foolish no more. Definitely don't shoot threes.
Yeah.
You know, if I've taken some shots, and I might feel like, all right, I'll step out there a little bit.
You know, it's interesting, man, that like what do you say?
He said it's messed up.
You ain't answer the question, Derek.
You called him up. He said, hey, wait, he say, ain't no more picking it up to play, just coaching now. But if you come in there talking trash, we gonna get you. Hey, there you go. Don't talk crazy. Don't talk crazy.
That's right.
You muster it up.
There you go.
I talk trash to the kids all the time. So look, we had a game Friday, right? I coached the JV, so the varsity game was playing. I'm sitting behind the bench on the bleachers. So I'm sitting behind the varsity bench on the bleachers. So ball goes out of bounds, came right to me. I stick my hand, I catch it with one hand. And I'm holding the ball in the air. I caught it one hand. So everybody like, whoa, good catch. So a couple of the varsity kids, yeah, coach, I see you. I see you. You look, one of the kids talking about, man, you look like me back there. and I went right into Coach Kenny. I went right into Kenny mode. I said, nah. I said, difference between me and you. I said, I'd have been in the game. I wouldn't have been sitting on the bench, buddy. I'd have been in the game right now. And he said he couldn't say nothing. He said, hey, oh, you probably right. You
right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been sitting on the bench watching Slim. I'd have been in the game. But yeah, man, you gotta let people know sometime.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Derek got a resume. He got paid to make a couple buckets. So
absolutely.
You got people talking a little smack. And sometimes you got tie your Nikes up one time for them, just to let them know.
You remember what George said in his Hall of Fame speech? He said, "Don't be surprised if you look at a 50 and see me making a comeback."
Yeah, don't laugh.
He said, "Don't laugh now. Don't laugh." Because people start giggling when he said
it. They laughing. Mike said, I ain't laughing.
No, I ain't laughing. He said, don't laugh now. Don't laugh. I didn't laugh. I did not laugh.
So look.
Not at that guy.
For the 100th time, because I know I've asked this before. Derek, we gotta get you on for an interview.
Yeah.
I know you said you don't do the media thing, but we in the barbershop, brother. We just chopping it up. We gotta get you on, man, one week, and just talk some stuff, man. You got a resume. You come from that DC area, man, where basketball rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you got some stories to tell, man. Just about how you came up in the game and some of the names you bumped up against coming up. Your ACC time. Your time in the league, time playing overseas, man. We need to hear some of that. So you know how to reach me. Hit me up, man. We want to get you on one week and just talk some stuff, man. And you was at University of Maryland at a very interesting time.
Right.
You were there at a very interesting time, man, when all of the stuff went on, with passing of the great Lenny, and you were there for Lefty and for Bob Wade. You were there for during that time, man. But just your story in general, you got a great story. So Yeah.
Let's
Come on,
play
come on,
some,
act the fool with us, man. You know, we
play
just
some,
having
play some
fun.
excellent ball. Really play some excellent ball with Maryland.
Just let me know. Let me know when you want to join us. And you got an open invitation. So whenever you want to come on, let me know and we'll get you up, man. We'll just talk some basketball, talk some, you
If you
know,
just show what acting.
act the fool. Yeah, definitely reach out, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
again, we just be in here talking, having a good time, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
And,
Yeah.
you know, you ain't gotta worry about this. I ain't Stephen A. or nobody, man. I ain't trying,
Right.
I ain't trying to win no Emmys or nothing.
And Derek was a tremendous shot blocker, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
I don't know he was listed at maybe 6'7" or something like that, but
Mm-hmm.
man, he would throw that thing out of there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, no
Indeed.
question.
Yeah. So, hey, Derek, where you coaching at? Before we sign out, where you coaching at now? You know, high school or college? What you doing? But for sure, man. We've been on here 3 hours and a half.
I know. You thought, because we get on a little early. We get off early.
Man, we started an hour earlier and
But that
still
flow.
getting off at the same time.
Right, that flow. It was flowing.
Yeah, it was a real good flow, man. Real
Flow.
good flow, man.
Yeah, flow.
He said he can't jump over a sheet of paper now. Hey, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one. And I ain't have hops like you had.
That's funny.
But I was in the gym yesterday with my team, and I shoot around before they come on the court. That's how I do that. Okay.
Yeah.
He assistant coach with the Virginia Valley Vipers in the USBL. That's what's up,
Okay.
man.
Dang.
What's up, man? I need to see what's going on with that. So
Right.
that's like a semi-pro league, right? The
Let me dig into
USBL.
that.
That's what's up, man.
Wow.
Basketball is something else.
Yes, it is, man.
Other game.
And that's one thing I was getting ready to make the point, man, that I think football brings the most excitement as far as fan viewership and the anticipation of those 17 games a year and all that. I just think that football, there's no comparison to that. But I think that basketball is probably to me, the world favorite game to play. I think that folks love playing basketball. You can grab a ball by yourself, go out there and shoot around and things like that. I think basketball is definitely the most played game.
Yeah, we gotta let me know when y'all come to Baltimore, man. Man, come check y'all out.
Okay. And Frederick.
Frederick, Baltimore, and in Frederick.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out.
Right.
Come check you out, man. I'm a support. Just because you support me.
Yeah.
Come check you out, man. So yeah, if you shoot me a schedule or something.
Yeah, man. How your brother doing, man? Cedric. He came in and was doing a little something. A little taller. I remember him more like 6'9" or so.
Uh-huh. Baltimore Rhythm. What is it? Baltimore Rhythm. Capital Seahawks play at Bowie University. Frederick plays at Hood College.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Bowie. I take that little ride down to Bowie.
Yeah. I got some memories of going down to Bowie.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Anything that you could talk about on the air? We got 11-year-olds watching.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, you gotta take that out. You gotta take that out of the mix.
Yeah, we don't want to corrupt the kids.
Right.
Corrupt the kids, man. He might be asleep this time of night. He got school.
Yeah. He got school tomorrow. I would hope he's tucked away by now.
Yeah, we might have to do an after dark show.
Right.
Man. Go after midnight action.
Well, they used to change the music a little bit different back in the day. Then.
Yeah. You're right.
Music got different after midnight.
Yeah, it's almost midnight. It's close to midnight. Look, I'm ready to hit the Jackson.
Yeah.
Get the thriller on him.
Right.
Yeah. Well, again, man, last couple times we done did this thing, it'd have been the flow been real good, man. Let me see. He say said is good. He can't jump over a blade of grass. The last time I want to say I saw I want to say you and said was on the Red Cup with Kurt Smith. Did both of y'all do that show together? He got a bad back with Kurt Smith and Charlie Moe. Rest in peace, Charlie Moe. They had the Red Cup hour, man. I know Cedric was on there. Were you on there with him, Derek? On the Red Cup with Kurt Smith? That's Charles Smith's little brother.
Okay.
Yeah. I did. I saw that episode. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I used to love watching the Red Cup. Like you say, man, when you're a basketball fan like I am, I just like hearing the stories, and then dudes that did it at a high level, come back and they telling them stories, man. Then you hear the stories like from like the coalition. You know what I'm saying? Like I went down that coalition a couple of times and watched. I mean, tough, man. That was just a different level basketball, man.
Urban Coalition.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Different, man. Worth the time. Good evening, Sports Mix. Until we meet again. Thad, appreciate you, brother. For sure. Appreciate you, Thad.
Absolutely.
Sign off, T. Sure was. Them fools ate all the chicken. Look, I didn't see the chicken on the show. I guess the chicken was in the back somewhere, but I know them Red Cups was full. I do know that. I know they was cutting up with them Red Cups. Yeah, rest in peace, Charles Harrison, man, Charlie Moe, DC guy.
Yeah.
John Battle and them guys down the Herbo, man. I went down there a couple times just to watch.
John Battle was tough.
Yeah, John Battle was tough.
He was tough.
No. I went down there, me and Greg Moses that you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know we went down there one Sunday. And he had never seen Michael Lloyd play.
Okay.
And this was they had graduated from Dunbar. They was in college. He was in college at this time, but they had a team with like Keith Booth and all them was playing. And Michael Lloyd came to the game late. This was matter of fact, this was like 94. This was when Sam and them won their first championship with Houston, because Sam was down there too, but he didn't play.
Okay.
But it was the Baltimore team. I forget who they was playing. But Sam came in right at halftime, and then Mike Lloyd came in right behind him. And Mike Lloyd went to play. He played with the Baltimore team. And I was telling Greg, I said, yo, he tough. And he like, man, who is he? He ain't never heard of him. I said, you see. You see. And Mike caught that. Mike got a pass on the baseline in the corner. I think he gave a little head fake, little shot fake, a bounce, took his 2 steps, and he got in the air. Yank!
Mm-hmm.
And Greg jumped up, was like, oh! I said, I told you.
Yeah, that guy could get off the floor.
I told you, dude. They call him the real deal.
Lloyd could get off the floor, man.
Mike was tough.
I just thought he had NBA stamped all on him.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, things just ain't work out. But man, what a play.
And you know what? Dante Bright, my guy, said he was going to do the show. I got to reach out. He already told me he would do it.
Yeah.
So Dante, if you're watching, I'm coming. Just be prepared for my call. It's coming. I'm going to get him up on here and talk some stuff. But yeah, Derek, man, let me know, Derek, when you're ready. When you're ready, Derek, we ready for you.
Absolutely.
Man, it only had to be a Tuesday for real. You know what
No.
I'm saying? If you got a
Well,
day that work better for you, just let me know, and we can work the day and time out, and we'll get it done, man. But I appreciate you, checking in, supporting, with your comments, your commentary. You know, I always appreciate chatting with you, going back and
yeah,
forth.
no doubt. No
You know,
doubt.
you see what we do. We on here cutting up, man. We just having fun with it. So
And then it's always good, man, to talk to somebody. I mean, I sat back and watched that man play a lot of basketball. But I
yeah,
wasn't missing no Maryland games.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it was
Yes,
always
sir.
a pleasure watching him play.
Yeah. But I do gotta get up and go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have a job, and you know,
I
I'm grateful.
understand. You
And
know
we
I understand.
getting back into the groove because during the holiday time we had a lot of time off.
Yeah.
I took a few days. I was getting like weeks off and stuff like
Yeah.
that, man. So
Oh yeah.
it's kind of tough getting back into that routine.
I understand. I do understand.
And then we had off yesterday, and I know in a couple more weeks we got another day, Monday, another President's Day coming. But after that,
A little bit of a grind.
long stretch of days before you get a day off. So
Right. What is it, Juneteenth, the next one or something? I don't know. I can't keep
yeah, no, Memorial Day,
on Memorial Day up in there, right?
Memorial Day, then Juneteenth.
Right.
But then see, you get a little back to back. You get Memorial Day, you get Juneteenth, and you get
Yeah.
4th of July. They all kind of close. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm right behind you, Derek, with the sleep. Yeah, I gotta get me some too. You
Yeah.
know?
All right, Derek.
Yeah, but
Always a
appreciate you,
pleasure.
brother. Appreciate you, man.
Always a
And
pleasure.
definitely hit me up, man, when you're ready. When you come on, we got a spot for you. We're gonna top it up, have some fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wrap this thing up, again, man, we've had last couple shows been real, like this been good, man. Just with the energy, with the interaction, with the people that's checking in.
Yeah.
We got some people subscribing, some new folks checking us out. We able to bounce around topics. We talking about this, that, and the other thing, and then, and hopefully that we are entertaining as well as
Yeah.
informative, and then we ain't above being corrected either.
No,
Because the
man.
dude that corrected us a little
He
while
helped
ago,
us out a lot.
yeah, but I appreciated that,
Yes,
because
indeed.
I was ready to go, I was ready to come for his neck.
I was, yeah, well, I was already gone because I wasn't threw it out there. Dead wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
was like, what? Shanahan.
yeah.
Dang.
But that's what it's all about, man. We out here talking, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't claim to know everything,
Right.
and I ain't above being corrected when I'm wrong. But I just like I say, I just like talking sports and like having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all get to hear my little attempts at being funny. I ain't never did stand up, so you gonna get my little 2 minutes.
You're not gonna mistaken us for Eddie now. Come
Nah,
on.
nah, nah. You definitely ain't gonna do that.
We're gonna throw a little something in there, but don't, yeah, don't.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna,
Don't get it twisted.
yeah, please don't.
You might catch a little run. All of us get a run where we running some jokes off. We in the flow.
We get our resident comedian, Landon
You know,
Saunders, coming in with some
well,
jokes.
yeah, he don't miss.
He ain't missing.
Yeah, he don't miss. He must be sleepy tonight because
Yeah. But he
he
came in. He threw a couple of jabs.
yeah, he hit you with the one hitter quitter, then he got up out of here.
Yeah, he got up out of here, threw a bolo and left.
Yeah, let's he got company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I do understand.
Hey, man, brother might got company tonight. He ain't got time. He got time fooling with us.
Right.
That's-
Good stuff, though, man. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, for sure, man. But I thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody that's been watching on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you watch it on YouTube. Tell your friends, man. Share the videos, man. Hit the
Yeah.
comment. If you're watching on Facebook, follow the Facebook group, Sports Mix page. If you following on Instagram, and got some people that tuned in on Instagram. Daryl Shear, Shell, God Bruce, Terry Ann, Johnny B. and what was that my man Jimmy Price. Everybody checked in over there on Instagram. Appreciate y'all, man. You know, so it's been yeah, yo, over 3 hours, man. I did not anticipate this.
Nah, well, sometimes just go with the flow.
Yeah, well, it definitely went with it tonight.
Sometimes you go up in the club and you say, all right, we leaving at 1 tonight, all right. But the flow is there.
Yeah.
Everything banging, the music.
Lights
yeah. I thought we was leaving at 1. It is 4 a.m.
Yeah, the lights on now.
Right. It happens.
What's the Cash App at the bottom? Oh yeah. Let me see. I can make that real big for you.
So you can blow that up,
right? Yeah. There you go. That's the Cash App. KWIL33.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek, did you wear number 33? What was Derek Lewis' number at Maryland?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Was it 33?
Was it 33?
It might be. I don't know. He can tell us.
It's KWIL 33. KWIL 33. Yeah, didn't you wear number 33 down there though, Derek? I know Evers Burns had it after because he came after you. And Evers Burns, and I played against Evers in high school.
He went to Woodlawn?
Went to Woodlawn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played against each other in high school. Yeah, but Derek, 33. I wore 33 in high school. That's what yeah. But yep. So as we wrapping things up for the night, been a good flow, good show. Thank everybody for tuning in. We're gonna do this again next week. So by next week, we'll know who the 2 Super Bowl teams will be.
Yes.
I think me and Dean. Oh man. Hey man, Derek just sent us $50, man.
Wow.
Shout out, Derek, man. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, he said he won number 33.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you for the contribution. Thank you for the donation, Derek. Much appreciated, brother.
Yeah, that is. How about that?
That's big, man. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Appreciate that 100, man.
Wow.
So yeah, man, we know, just everybody that tuned in. I think me and Dean got Seattle and New England winning in the AFC, Seattle in the NFC. So we picked Seattle and New England to represent and play in the Super Bowl. And then Glenny picked the Rams, and he picked the Patriots too, didn't he?
He picked the Patriots and the Rams.
Yeah, so he got Patriots and Rams, and that was a repeat of a Super Bowl 36. And then me and you got the Rams. I mean, me and you got the Patriots and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl. So we'll see next Tuesday when we come back next week. We'll know who's gonna be in the Super Bowl. So we'll be talking about the Super Bowl game, the preview, and it's 2 weeks in between. So we'll have 2 weeks to really talk about the Super Bowl. We're talking some basketball again next week.
And who knows? By next Tuesday, we might have a new coach in Baltimore, the Ravens.
Hey, we might have a coach in Baltimore at that point. So
maybe so.
We see if some of these other vacancies get filled. Still 6 vacancies out there.
Right.
Six vacancies in the NFL. So, man, this been a good flow, good show. Once again, shout out to Derek Lewis for the contribution.
Absolutely.
To the Sports Mix podcast, man. Appreciate you, big fella. Everybody, man, the team, then Greg, my homie from Turner's, and Johnny B. All the people that subscribe, man. My man Thad from New Start Church, and Miss Sandy, everybody, man, just appreciate y'all for checking us out. You know, we will do this again next week. And I ain't even gonna play the theme music, man. We just out of here. Cause
Yeah.
we'll be on here another 2 hours.
Right.
If I don't stop, you know.
Exactly.
I do want to keep my job. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest.
Right.
I thank everybody again for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
Later.